wanting people to listen, you can't just tap them on the shoulder anymore. You have to hit them with a sledgehammer. And then you'll notice you've got their strict attention.
So your murderers come with smiles. They come as your friends, the people who have cared for you all of your life, and they always seem to come at a time when you're at your weakest and most in need of their help.
But here's my advice to the rest of you. Take dead aim on the rich ones. Get them in the crosshairs and take them down.
I'm ready. Let's do it right now, right here. Come on.
All right.
I love you.
I love you, honey bunny.
Everybody be cool, this is a robbery!
Any of you pricks move! And I'll execute every last one of you!
I generally come in at least 15 minutes late. After that, I just sort of space out for about an hour. I just stare at my desk. But it looks like I'm working. I do that for probably another hour after lunch, too. I'd say in a given week, I probably only do about 15 minutes of real, actual work.
The whole world's gone crazy! Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules? Market zero! You think I'm fucking around here? Market zero! Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! You lousy son of a bitch! If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a double crosser!
Playing with my money is like playing with my emotions.
I want that son of a bitch dead. I want him dead. I want you to get this fuck where he breathes. I want him dead. I want his family dead. I want his house burnt to the ground. I want to go to the middle of the night. I want to piss on his ass.
Kick this ass for a man, that's all. Kick my ass. Enjoy. Come on. I'm not asking, I'm telling with this. Kick my ass.
Just say the first thing that pops into your mind. You sold me a crummy watch. I want my money back.
You know what you can do with that watch? Stick it up your ass.
Good.
It's a mystery! It's a mystery wrapped in a riddle inside an enigma! Don't you get it? Fuck, man!
It's still real to me, damn it!
buddies. It's the Ron and Fez show. I'm Ron, there's Fezzy.
Hiya, buddies.
Black Girl on the music today, but today the assist goes to Fez Watley, picking out some tunes for himself.
Well, yes, and I enjoyed that. Thank you very much.
You like that?
I like that one. Let's do that every day.
Yeah, I don't know, Fez.
I have 2 albums, and that's one of them.
What's the other one?
Damn the Torpedoes,
Yeah.
Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Yeah, just, those are the 2 big ones for Fez. Very progressive Southern. I would say progressive Southern is where you go with that.
Music stopped in the South and in 1989.
Now, well, I think 79 for Damn the Torpedoes. You might have found that in the used record bin. Fuzzy, I got up this morning, inundated with emails from people going, Fez Watley on Amazing Race, and I'm like, what the hell are people talking about? So apparently there's a guy on Amazing Race that... Did you watch last night?
No, I didn't watch it. I forgot, and that's one of my shows that I usually watch, but I had like TiVo priorities that I had to hit.
What priorities took over your Amazing Race?
It was Don Knotts night on TV Land.
Oh, I understand. I can understand that one.
Repeat of the marathon this weekend.
All right, I'm going to make sure I miss that. All right, boy, look at the suits hanging out here today, too, huh?
A lot of them. I haven't seen this many ties in here in quite some time.
Yeah, a lot of ties in here. Got the brothers hanging out, Elo's hanging out. It's all happening.
Elo says to me, he opens up his overcoat, and he's showing me his pinstripe suit and his matching tie and everything, and he goes, am I still worse dressed?
Oh, God.
Boy, how people hold on to things.
Let it go. It's a little gag. All right, here is the guy from Amazing Race last night. People said he looks like you and sounds like you. I think, is it John or something, Earl?
Yes, John and Scott they're the team.
They are the team. All right, so I don't know whether it's John or Scott. Let's take a listen.
He's too laid back, and I'm not laid back enough.
Right.
So we're kind of like yin and yang.
He's very driven. Yeah, that's we're at the sort of opposite to the spectrum.
I'm very competitive, and he's kind of like, let's have a good time.
Yeah, let's look at this. Let's look at that.
I'm like,
yeah.
All right, you got to sue this son of a bitch because...
That sounds nothing like me.
That whole, I'm very competitive, and he's like, why do you guys always do that? And he's like...
Now, that sounds like something I'd say.
Yeah.
I'm all business, and he's all, let's have a good time.
That's how you explain me and you. All right, here's a little more of John or Scott, whoever it is, the Fez Watley look-alike talking.
I'm sick of living this mundane life and I'm afraid of doing everything. I'm afraid of flying. This is the first time I've flown in 8 years. I want to be the person who jumps off the cliff and the bungee jump, and I want to be excited about it and just want to change, and I want to have a fuller life and get over all these fears that I have.
Oh, please. How does that sound like me?
I want to be the guy who jumps on the jet ski and just starts to ride around and goes through those, like, big circles of fire, makes that happen.
I want to be the guy that just jumps on the other guy's ass and just really lets him have it.
I want to be the guy that you see on the side of the mountain. He's got those hooky, clingy things, and he's just like, follow me up the mountain. One of those guys. Kind of Tommy Cruise-y. So that's who I guess you're rooting for. Unless those guys already lost.
As soon as I check it out, I hope they haven't been eliminated already on show number 1.
I just like his attitude.
I refused to jump off the cliff, and we were eliminated.
And then Earl cut it short, but the other guy goes, I hate heights, too. So here's 2 guys that are going to be bungee jumping and jumping off things and leaping and climbing, and they both hate heights. How are they going to win this?
Oh, there's no way to win it, because Amazing Race... They screwed the pooch so bad on the last edition.
Is that with the midget?
No, that was the one before. The midget was great. She got electrocuted.
I've never watched one. I've never watched An Amazing Race.
But the last series, they tried to do family edition, so it was all kinds of family events with little kids and everything.
Right.
It just ruined it. Took all the fun out of it. They barely left the country.
Right.
And now, so for this one, to try to get their heat back, they're going to go real extreme. With a lot of crazy stunts and stuff that they're going to make people do.
How extreme are we talking here?
It looks like there's a lot of, like, skydiving, bungee jumping like they talked about.
I want to be the guy who, like, when you see the plane go over, he jumps out, and then there's some kind of handkerchief that helps him land.
It's called
that
a parachute.
Kind of guy. I want to be one of those guys with a bayonet, and they're just, like, stabbing and shooting.
How high do they go as far as, like, do they climb mountains? Do they...
Yeah, they do that. They do a lot of cliff climbing and stuff like that.
They even do some cliff claving. That's how weird they get on that show.
They'll do the bit where they send you up in the F-16 and start pulling G's and stuff.
I never watched the show. I tried to watch it a couple times, and all I saw was people with luggage running through an airport, trying to catch a plane. Then they're trying to catch a taxi. Then they're trying to catch a boat. I'm like, this just looks like a bad trip. Hey, Nate. Nate, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. How are you?
Cool in the gang.
What can we do for you, Nate?
They got eliminated last night.
They did? They're already gone?
Damn it to hell.
Yeah, they didn't do very good.
That didn't take it very long, Fez.
Way to break the stereotype. Last in a race.
What do you call that when it's somebody who looks like you and people get it confused and it's got like a French name? Like, you know how they say nom de plume? Well, there's another name like that. What do you got, Earl?
Doppelganger?
That's your doppelganger, which is probably not French. It's like Dutch or German, right?
Yeah, it's German.
That's your doppelganger, Fez.
I need a better doppelganger. Now, I saw this, I think it was on ronfez.net, that I sound like, I think it's Timothy Treadwell, the guy from Grizzly Man. I've heard that, too.
Yeah, you do. You all sound alike. It's like Earl sounds like everybody uptown, and you sound like everybody in that community. It's Ron and the stereotypes.
Roosevelt Island?
Yeah. And then I got Eastside Dave, the overactive, over-enthusiastic Irish guy. Who's just, Fezzi, I got in here before this show today, and he's just fucking flat out screaming about stuff. Earl tries to calm him down, and then he starts to go crazy on Earl. And I'm stuck in our little office watching all this madness.
It's like somebody is touching his ears, and what about Mary? Or something about Mary.
Yeah, you're right. It's basically the retarded guy who loses it if he's touched. And it's too much drama that goes on around here. Everybody is acting like we're in a fire drill every second of the day. I can't live like that.
I can't take the screaming. That's got to stop.
You're one of them. You're the problem. You've got everything up to a level. We need to fucking cool out around here every once in a while. Everyone's going to end up sounding like that woman that was on, I think it was Virgin Air, and the plane starts to hit some really bad turbulence. And at that time, everyone's looking at the stewardess. The stewardess is screaming, "We're going down. We're all going to die."
Oh.
She's screaming at the passengers. So then later, of course, as they touch down, she's red-faced saying goodbye. Sorry about that little problem. So they're all complaining now. Today, I think there's some people that want to sue. But, you know, why can't she freak out like everybody else?
It's her job to stay calm. It's her job to get other people back in their seats and chilled out, not to run down the aisle screaming we're all going to crash.
She thought just like everybody else, Fezzi. She was just the same. She has the same fears of everyone.
You know, I heard something like about that today, and they said that, like, people got airsick from the turbulence, because I guess it was going on for a while, and they needed more airsick bags. She couldn't even get herself together to hand out airsick bags. She's just chucking them from where she is down the cabin of the plane.
Trying to do what she can do to speed things up. Now, I don't want to hear the... This is your pilot speaking. Oh, my God! Oh, my God!
What was that? Oh, just a bird. Never mind.
But it sucks if you've got a job that when you want to have a normal human emotion, you can't do it.
When I get on a plane, and I'll be flying again in a couple weeks, I try to get a seat where a stewardess, whether it's a far back of the plane, far front of the plane, I try to get a seat where I can keep my eye on that stewardess at all time and just gauge her expression.
Don't do that, my friend.
Why?
Because I was on a plane one time and I saw a stewardess crying.
Oh, no.
So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I ask your friend, I goes, is something, the other stewardess. And they're like, yeah, she's just having some problems at home with her husband and stuff, and just a problem.
See, I don't want to get on there with someone who doesn't care if she lives or dies.
Well, Why? She's a stewardess. What's she going to do? Hand out bad food? Yes, I want to make sure that the pilot has it together, but the stewardess is she's just a waitress who wants to blow guys in different cities. That's what a stewardess basically is.
She could take the captain some coffee, throw it in his fat face, and then the plane goes down. If she was intent on doing it, a stewardess could bring a plane down.
Well, any human up there can. We've learned that, Fez. I'm not saying it's a stewardess, not a terrorist. By the way, they don't even like stewardess. It's flight attendant. I attended this flight.
They're lucky they're not called cocktail waitress.
In most places they would. I mean, let's face it.
And third shift cocktail waitress, by the way.
It's a revolving restaurant is all a plane really is. That's all their job really comes down to.
It's a restaurant that takes off in New York and lands in Chicago.
But if you're a waitress on a revolving restaurant, you don't need any more skills than a waitress at ground floor. And let's face it, the stewardess is the same thing. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Seems like a nice gig and everybody's having fun with it. But let's not act like suddenly they're in the Air Force.
And for waitresses, they're bad waitresses. They never know if they have something. You know, could I get a Diet Coke? You know, well, let me check and see if we have any of that left.
Well, there's a limited amount. Like, if you're a waitress, Fez, you know that you got a big pantry. But how much storage space are they using for Cokes on a plane?
They're a waitress that's allowed to have attitude. If you ask for a waitress something in a normal on-the-ground restaurant...
Yeah.
And they're going to say, oh, I'll be right back with that. Yes, just a second, I'll be right back. This is like, listen, I have to finish this first, then I can get around to that. They're allowed to have attitude.
But here's the thing.
Because they think they're sky marshals.
They realize on most of these flights, you can barely get through it and back in time before it's over. I've been on flights where I see them like giving out drinks and cookies, and they don't. And if you're sitting in the back, they don't even make it to you sometimes by the time they got to lock back in. So it's not like they can go running back and forth like a waitress, Fez.
No, their thing is they don't have to worry about the tip factor because they don't get tipped on a plane. That's like the last time I flew was Stupid Elfish. And I get on there, and the lady is like, the stewardess, the waitress there is taking everyone's coat. She's asking, can I take your coat and put it in the thing there?
Very nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. So I go to hand her mine, and she's already taken a couple coats, even though she's asked, can I take your coat?
Right.
She's got two in her hand. She holds up a coat in her left and her right, and she goes, as you can see, only two hands. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry I bothered you, Toots.
But see, here's the thing.
A normal coat check girl knows if I do that, I'm not getting a tip at the end of the night when it comes to collect the coats.
I just want to point this out, Fez, and I don't want you to take it the wrong way, but something has happened to you over the years. I remember when you were cheery and smiley and glad to meet people. Now you're a little more sour and you're judgmental. You realize this woman only has two hands. She's not trying to be rude to you. No reason for you to call her Toots.
Yeah, of course I realize she has two hands. Every human does, unless it's some sort of mutant that I don't know about.
But why
she doesn't need to point out to me that she only has two hands.
Why hit her with some 1930s put-down that no one even gets?
She makes me feel bad. I'm going to make her feel bad back.
You think she feels bad that a gay guy yelled Toots at her? I don't think so.
Oh, she felt bad because then I got really good service after that.
Well, you were with Elfish. He's throwing around the bread. All right, let me check with you, Earl. Do you think that his attitude has soured a little bit over the years? You remember when you first met him at NEW. And let's face it, take a look at him. It's like 60 years have passed. The way he's changed.
Been 6.
The way his look has changed. Everything about him is turning into Mr. Wilson, the mean neighbor.
He's definitely more direct. I will say that.
Oh, screw you, Earl.
No, but I mean, I'm not saying that as a bad thing. I'm just like, you know what you want, and you will not be satisfied with anything otherwise.
That's called a pain in the ass. That person that you're ready to fucking keep the kickballs in your house once they hit your yard, Fez.
Well, they got no reason coming in my yard.
You need to turn it around a little bit. Spring is coming. Look at this. I know it's chilly today. We're in like a lion. We're going to leave this month like a lamb. This is your chance to spring in a new personality for yourself.
I can't believe we've gotten to March already.
Yeah.
We are marching through the year.
Here's Brian. Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy, what's happening?
Not much. I was just calling because I was getting on a flight from Newark to Detroit on Northwest Airlines, and the stewardess, I asked her for a pillow. She said, "Don't you know we don't have any pillows? We're about to go bankrupt." She goes, "We shouldn't even be passing out blankets." And I was like, "Okay, I just asked."
All right, first of all, I want to point this out to you, Brian. Those things are jizz pillows and they're jizz blankets. The last thing you want to do is put that underneath your head. You ball up your jacket and use that to lay down on.
Yeah.
Or what about this? You just sit there like an adult. Don't feel the need why we're fucking 6 across with a tiny aisle to try to lay down. It doesn't work.
Yeah, I used that line on Northwest stewardess when I was having trouble with one. I said, no wonder you had to take a pay cut. Because the service has taken a cut.
Do you honestly think that it's all about service? That people go, I'm going to fly on the airline with the fucking best stewardesses. You're basically saying, I'm going to fly on the airline that leaves the first. That's all you're looking for. Leaves when I wake up. Here's Ryan. Ryan, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
What do you got for us, pal?
I got a little spy report.
All right, spy report, Fez.
Arrested Development got picked up by Showtime for 26 episodes.
26 big episodes. Fantastic. I'm glad to hear it. When's it start, do you know? Oh, he's already gone. Lance already has it, too. Lance from Wyoming. Lance, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Lance.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I was just saying, you guys could change your show to the Regis Philbin and Elroy Jetson show.
All right, hold on. We've got the same. You've got it lined up like it's a spy report over there. So instead of screaming at Earl all morning, focus on yourself. Earl, put your hand on him. Put your hand on him for 8 seconds and tell him to calm down. Tell him to calm down.
He's got to chill out.
Yeah, look there. He's starting to swing. He's starting to fucking swing and go crazy.
Someone put their hands on a retard.
Hey, Nadine, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Rodney. Hi, Sadie.
Hey, how are you, honey?
I fly to South Africa every so often, and it's like an 18-hour flight.
Yeah.
And you are dying of thirst from all the air in the airplane. And there are times when you need a drop of water, and you can buzz that little flight attendant button as much as you want, and you are parched.
Yeah, I understand. I've never been on an 18-hour flight. No plans to, Fez.
I can't imagine being on something that long. The longest flight I've ever had is like to Vegas. What's that, like 5 hours?
Yeah, mine is the New York to L.A., and that's just about the last 20 minutes. I just want to fucking get off. I don't want to hear about anything. I can't believe how long the descent is taking, and I'm just in a bad mood when I get off the plane.
I can't imagine and then going on to Hawaii.
Yeah.
You know, if you're flying across country like
you double down. Then you double down when you get in that. And how fucking nice can Hawaii be if you got to fly 14 hours or whatever? I don't think it's nice enough for that kind of stuff.
If that nice, it would be closer.
Here's Rusty Knife. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Just calling to say I'm a little worried about Fez there. Ever since his heart attack, he sounds like he's 90 years old. And now, Fez, do you go 15 miles per hour in a 25 zone? Old man.
Yeah, you're really ready to start that kind of stuff, Fez. You're getting like a cranky old man thing going.
Well, I don't see it myself. I don't see it in me.
You used to be the fun guy. Now you're the no fun guy. The FNG.
I am not the FNG.
Wait a minute. No, NFG.
Yeah, I'm not that either.
Yeah. And you're the GAY. You're fucking everything around here.
I don't even know what that stands for.
Okay.
All I want is some nice service on a plane. God, these tickets cost a fortune.
They do not. How much does it cost you to fly to Hawaii, to, let's say, Florida?
That's probably, the average price is probably about $200.
$200. That's a fucking fortune for someone to pick you up in the air, chuck you from New York to Florida, and land you in 3 hours. $200. It's a fucking miracle.
They could be nicer.
Try walking that shit. See how fucking much it costs you and how it feels.
It's too far.
Now, Eastside Dave is just a sack of shit today. He's got nothing happening for him. And I realize why. Today is the start of Lent, and it's no Jack season for him. He did not get up and get rid of his morning batch.
Oh, that's what it is. I'm sure he does a pre-show jack every day.
Yeah, come on in here, Dave. Instead of, Earl, if you need to, put your hand on him and force him in here. We'll see how he's doing on his Lent. And now I understand people are taking bets how long he can last, like it's a Seinfeld episode. This isn't how it goes down, my friend. This is Lent. You can't break it. It's not a matter of discipline. You've got to stick stroke for stroke with the Lord, so to speak.
I'm definitely very tense today.
You normally have a morning batch?
Absolutely, but I also like to have an after-work batch, and I wasn't able to do it.
Yesterday?
Right.
Well, why not? That was Fat Tuesday.
Because West Side was over.
Yeah.
And I was too tired to even maybe have intercourse, and that was my worst mistake. And because she was over, my apartment is tiny. It's like a shoebox. I can't watch porn in front of her. And
you're living in a diorama.
You have a woman there with you. Why didn't you have sex with her?
I was really tired last night.
So you were too tired to have sex, but not too tired to batch.
So you messed up your batch Tuesday.
I just fucked up everything last night. It was very bad, and I'm tense today, and Earl's touching me, and I don't like to be touched.
He's just calming you down. Think of that as a mother's touch.
I don't like it.
Yeah, we'll deal with it.
Okay.
All right, now you're going to be able to go the full 40 days.
Yeah, I know.
No
I'm going to do
sexual release whatsoever.
No spanking. But but I can have intercourse, right?
No. That was all part of it. That's all part of the Lent.
Yeah, you're giving this up.
You want to be a radio stunt guy. No one's going to be impressed with a radio stunt if you cheat on it at all.
I thought I was allowed to have intercourse. I thought I couldn't batch.
Absolutely not.
How is that sacrificing? How is that a Lent?
Just explain to everybody you can't pull off a radio stunt. You're first. And
no, this is it. I'm going to do it. This will be done.
Okay, good.
Can I just say something real quick? I noticed there was someone who posted on ronfez.net on that very thread that 40 days goes actually a few days past Easter because during Lent they exclude Sundays. In other words, you're allowed to do what you want to do on Sundays.
You know what? You're like the kind of guy you play fucking Monopoly with, and he acts like $500 for landing on free parking. You want to play those games, go ahead, but don't bring it on the air.
All right,
bro.
no, forget
This
it.
is a place for guys with integrity who said, I'm here to do my radio stunt and be able to pull it off in the air. Why don't you go do your little fucking ronfez.net free parking bit, but don't pollute the airwaves with it.
Okay, forget it. I was just bringing it up as a possibility.
I got a satellite up in fucking space. And I don't want to be sitting here and having some kind of an land on free parking and pick up $500 for it.
All right.
You know, the whole thing behind Lent is the story from the Bible. Jesus goes out in the desert, and he has nothing to eat or drink for 40 days.
Fez, except for on Sundays. Then he's eating hoagies and fucking chugging Ballantine beer.
Oh, that's how Jesus made it.
Was the only kind of beer they had back then. It was Ballantine.
I was
Maybe there was some more at least, too.
Okay, I was just bringing it up just to see what you would think. But if you say no, I'll go 40. I'll go 40
I don't want it on the air anymore.
No, I'm going
Earl,
to.
come in and touch him. And you go and do your fake thing on ronfez.net.
No, this is real. I'm going to do it. And I promise, and everyone knows how much I swear to God, if I do spank it, and look, let's face it, I may not be able to pull it off. If I do, I swear to Jesus and my own penis and my mom's eyes that I will tell, that I will
that's all
tell
the place
truth.
is going to leave it. So that's no sex?
No orgasm is what you're saying.
Yeah, no orgasm.
Okay.
That covers everything.
Yeah.
Or
Boy, that makes it a lot tougher. I thought it was just no batching.
Why were we talking about tantric sex yesterday?
I can't do that. I can't be trusted to do that.
Why are you on the air with us? Why don't you go to ronfez.net, post about different things that you heard, and then think, I'm happier being somebody who listens and comments rather than the guy on the show.
No, I'm going to do it.
Just announce to everybody, I'm no Billy Staples, and we'll all be fine with that.
Okay.
You're no Wild Dukes, right?
No, I'm not.
Yes, because
I take pride in that.
He's never batched. He's never once done it.
His haven't dropped yet.
I'm going to do this.
And then, as far as I've known, he's gone years without sex. And we even had one hot August night lined up for him with Ice Cream Girl, the very beautiful Ice Cream Girl, and he wasn't able to pull it off. He was too nervous. Earl, remember when Ice Cream Girl, I know you're still friends with her.
Yes.
You used to have a crush on him?
Yeah.
What the fuck was she thinking?
I have no idea. Wasn't that also 5 pumps? He went on here
Oh,
and
yeah.
said
He once.
he was always good for 5 pumps.
He just never made it longer than 5 pumps. The first time he was with a girl, he said, he came on her sweater on the way down.
That's right.
The dick hit the fucking her sweater. I guess he just had her pantsless. He fucking just exploded all over it.
He didn't even get her top off.
No. I've been in that position myself. But, you try to fucking pull it back. Take a breather for yourself. Think about dead babies. My thing is always to think about the dead babies that we're making. Here's Brian. Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, Brian.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Yeah.
I sure miss Fab Six Fez.
Yeah, me too. He was great in those days. He was fun. He was outgoing. Everybody loved him.
Absolutely, and the angle he had on the whole show. I mean, he just really brought it.
Now, I'm not going to say who, but not too long ago, somebody was in here, and we were all having a nice conversation. When that person, and it's nobody from our team, somebody from the outside. When that person left and went outside this studio, this soundproof studio, when the door's shut, Fez looks at me and goes, I hate that fucker. And I go, you hate blah, blah, blah? Because, I thought he was a great person. Fuck, you can't stand him.
That is a true story.
Now, what happens there? How do you make a leap to hate like it's Osama bin Laden?
My last button got pushed.
Man,
Brian, what can we do for you?
I was going to say I miss less direct Fez, too.
All right, enough of how many Fezes that you miss.
We get it. We get your bit, Mark.
All right, easy,
Brian.
Fezzy. Earl, come put your hands on Fez.
Don't touch me.
See?
Yeah. Well, go ahead, Brian.
I was going to say, East Side, man, there's no free batching during Lent, buddy.
Yeah, he understands that.
I won't do it. I just said
right.
no jizz.
And you're
all right, man. Again, talk about direct. You're talking about Lent.
On Sunday there, buddy.
I noticed this, too, Mr. Catholic. Oh, I'm Mr. Catholic. Where's the ashes on your head?
I apologize, but I thought, coming in here and doing some show prep is right now. But I'm going to get the ashes.
Show prep?
As soon as I get out of here, I'm going to get the...
well, where is all this show prep?
Here's what's the show prep. I sent him the link to the fucking CBS.com to get the Fez sound-alike. I come in here after visiting St. Patrick's like a person. He doesn't have it. He's screaming at me. The link was no good. I go to, did you go to CBS or whatever the site is, whatever that TV show's on?
Amazing Race. Yeah.
He's screaming so much that Earl, at that point, has to put the hands on him and says, calm down, because he's going, it's not online. No, of course it is, because all kinds of people have sent it to me. It's not, and he's yelling, it's not my fault.
Yeah, every people have already heard it.
Fez, at this point, we still have 45 minutes before the show. We are not rushing anything. You have 45 minutes to download 30 seconds of audio, so everything's going to be fine. But he's screaming in that little office so much that Earl has to do the only thing that he can do, calm down, put the hands on him, and try to heal him.
Earl is now doing a laying of hands.
Yeah.
Those black paws on my shoulders do not help me at all. They only infuriate me.
During Lent.
No, I'm just pointing out the color. I'm trying to visualize.
Everyone knows Earl's paws.
I hate racism during Lent. You sound like a fucking Puerto Rican. All right, here's Ass Man. Ass Man, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Good morning, buddies.
How are you, pal?
Hi, Ass Man.
Hey, how you doing, Fezzy?
Yeah.
I think there should be some repercussions if this poor bastard actually batches before the end of the 40 days.
Well, he had that. Well, that's between him and God. What happens there, if he does any of this, if there's a droplet hits, that's his problem with God.
Eternal damnation, I think.
Not just for you, your parents.
I really do. I think it's been on-show repercussion for what he does, because he made a pact with you guys that he wouldn't do a batch.
What's God going to do to him? Make his hair redder?
No, I think
more freckles.
I think he deserves something.
Seriously, the kid has been smited. If there's anyone that's ever been smited, it's East Side Dave.
I don't think God could hurt him any more than he already has at birth.
No, I'm not here to punish him. I'm just here to point out that for all his enthusiasm, he's got nothing.
I got a lot of stuff to offer, and I promise there will be not even a little spot of pre-cum on my boxers. Not even the pre-cum.
Shut up. Seriously. It's Lent you're talking about. Do you understand? This is a religious thing. So when you yell out pre-cum, I find it, as a person that was raised Catholic, a little offensive.
Premature semen, then.
I don't want you to even bring it up. I don't even think it should be talked about during Lent. It's wrong. Anthony, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah. How are you, buddy?
Miss Fun Guy Fez.
Yeah, Fun Guy Fez was the best.
Listen,
I miss Fun Guy Fez.
I grew up with it. I'm an authority. Sunday is definitely a buy day. East Side, you can batch all you want.
Oh, maybe it wasn't your house.
Listen. I grew up around it my whole life.
I'm going to ask you something, Anthony. We're going to go back to this. When Jesus is out in the desert, 40 days in the hole, as they call it in the Bible, it's hot. It's sweaty. He's got nothing to eat and drink.
Right.
On Sundays, he just makes pizza up here for himself.
You get pizza?
He never did it. He never had a soda over that 40 days. It would have been blasphemy almost.
He was in such bad shape, the angels had to come and take care of him on day 40.
I'm going to tell you, yeah, exactly. They had to walk him out of there. Now,
like David Blaine after a stunt.
It was pretty much David Blaine-ish. Now, you're saying that somehow he smuggled some tasty cakes into his socks and was sitting there having a butterscotch crimpet because it happened to be a Sunday. The man would have loaded up every Sunday, and then who couldn't do it?
This is how bad off he was. When Jesus was suffering in the desert, the devil came to him and said, "Listen, I know you're hungry. Why not turn these rocks into bread? Into a loaf of bread?"
I'm fucking starving. Why bring that up now when I got nothing to eat?
See? That was the thing. It's not like, hey, turn this into a fatted calf or a roast beef or something I could eat. It was something simple. That's how starving he was, that even a loaf of bread would have just been driving him nuts to eat it.
Yeah, but you put a little couple pieces of lamb in there and you got a nice sandwich, some condiments.
He did not have anything to make a sandwich with.
So, Earl, here's the deal. I want you to check his underwear every single day. I want you to be in here with a black light going over his underwear every day. And remember, this is what my problem is all the time with our producers. And it seems like Eastside Dave has just leapt into that. They say they can do something extraordinary. Then you say, wow, okay, go ahead and do it. Now, I didn't yell out, Dave, get in here. Here's what I want you to do for Lent. He came to us with this. When I say yes, he can. Now he's like, well, I still get to pound my chick. I still get to take Sundays off. I get to watch porn. I don't understand why somebody just can't be a stand-up guy.
Oh, I am.
You don't want to be less than fascinating.
Yesterday, I thought we were allowing me that one tiny part of the
what's
plan.
What's the one tiny
banging
part?
West Side.
You can, but you can't finish.
No, then I will not, and I guarantee I will go 40 days. And if I come in here...
Here's what you got to do. When you're with her, then you got to jump up and pour ice water on yourself.
Okay.
Like a raging bull.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a big pitcher of ice water next to yourself and pour it all over yourself.
All right. He was the champ. I could learn from him.
Now, Fez, you're a Lutheran, right?
Yes.
So for the next 40 days, you can't listen to Luther Vandross?
I can listen to Luther Vandross unless that's what I gave up. He's not our Jesus.
I thought you were a Lutheran.
I am a
Lutheran. See, we're Christians. Christ. Lutherans. Luther Vandross.
No, it has nothing to do with Luther Vandross. The Lutheran Church was around a long time before Luther Vandross showed up.
Who's better? I say Luther Vandross.
In singing, yes.
Who, by the way, you can hear singing backup on the Young Americans album. Not a lot of people know that.
That's great.
Yes, you didn't know that,
No.
did you? Mister, I know everything about Bowie. Maybe you can read a little bit over the next 40 days.
I'm not a big reader.
All right, now let's talk to one of the chosen people, Bobo. Hello, Bobo.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Miss Hands-On Fez.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, I'm not Christian, so can you help me out with a couple things?
Well, sure, I'll hide you until the Nazis leave. How's that?
That would be muchly appreciated.
Yeah.
Keep a diary.
Dave.
Day 8. Still hiding.
Swore an oath, and he swore it on Jesus, his penis, and his mom's eyes.
Yeah, I know. It's awful.
Is that some kind of, like, kinky, personal...
Here's what I want you to understand, Bobo. do not judge the Catholic Church by this fucking battling top, Eastside Dave. He does his best. And you're a former altar boy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I altar boyed for about 5 years, from the age of 9 till I was 14 years old. And then when I quit, I actually wrote a retirement letter. Like Mike Schmidt, I wrote a retirement letter to the Monsignor saying, Monsignor Lube King, I failed to say this, but I'm just tired of the whole thing, and I need to retire from altar boy.
Your Monsignor was the Lube King?
That was his name.
Did he have a side business?
Well, you wonder why these guys get arrested one after another. The Lube King.
Monsignor Lube King.
So don't go by that, Bobo.
Okay.
All right.
And, I think Dave really missed his last chance yesterday, because yesterday was Pancake Day, and what better day?
That was his day, Fat Tuesday. He should have got rid of a fatty for himself. But he wouldn't do it.
Jerking off and eating donuts would have been your day.
All right, Fezzy, I know you're not Catholic, but we don't like to yell out jerking off, eating donuts when we're talking about our religion. I'm sure in your religion, Lutheranism, where you turn around and you fucking nail your feces to a door, that everything goes.
Feces.
Really?
Yes, with a TH.
Well, then why do people call Lutherans shit throwers?
They don't. You do.
My dad did. He goes, hey, kids, there they are, the shit throwers. That's why I didn't even talk to Fez until I was out of school. All right, Bobo, so that's how it works.
Okay, one other quick question.
Sure.
If Dave breaks Lent, what happens when you break Lent? Does that mean his dick falls off? Or?
No, come on.
If I break, I'll be honest about it.
If he breaks,
I'll let
it
you
just
know.
shows he didn't make it. That's between him and God.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
I guess you pay at the
You don't have
the
to
other
pay. People don't realize you're just trying to say, this is the whole thing about Lent, that then you could figure out how difficult it was for Jesus to go through his, because you can't give up Reese cups for Lent. That's what it just brings it all into mind. Then you can realize, wow, what if I had to give even more? Or what if I had to be a Lutheran and try to figure some way of keeping feces nailed to a door?
We did not nail crap to a door.
Did you freeze it first?
No. It was theses.
Why would you even do that? What's a thesis?
He had
Do you shit it?
It was,
because it might mean the same thing. You just have a speech impediment.
It was 95 ideas he had for a change in the church, and he nailed those ideas to the church door.
Why not FedEx it? Why be V for Vendetta and go around and start trouble?
They didn't have FedEx then, and no one would have listened to his ideas. That was the only way he could get the entire place to see him.
Well, I didn't listen. I'm not listening to some shit nailer and acting like he came up with anything good.
Feces.
All right, God online too here. Hello, God.
Hello there, Dave.
Hi, God.
I am the Lord Almighty, and I see all. You have already broken your vow, son. You will burn in hell.
All right, enough of that.
It's not God, it's Goliath from Davy and Goliath.
He was acting like he was the Wizard of Oz.
Sounded like James Earl Jones to me.
Keith, you're on Ron and Fez.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, buddy.
Mr. Mac in Sultan, Manhattan.
Hey, how are you?
Actually, two things.
So formal.
If you want to know more about Luther, you have to watch the movie that Joseph Fiennes did, Ray Fiennes' brother, called Luther. It's really, really
Did you watch that, Fez?
I've never seen that one.
Excellent. You got it on Netflix. It's a really good movie.
Okay.
But actually, it's not Luther Vandross. It's Lex Luthor. So, I mean, they're
That son of a bitch.
They can't watch Smallville.
Yeah. I first of all, to me, Lex Luthor, worst of all villains. There was just never anything happening for me. Never any fear of Lex Luthor. Second, anyone who nails their feces to a door, why not just chuck it out a window like it's Halloween? That's when everyone should be a Lutheran on Mischief Night.
It wasn't Martin Luther's crap.
Yeah.
He
You know
was
what he
taken
did?
to the church.
Here's what he did. He put his theses in a bag, lit it on fire, and got the Pope to come out and start stamping on it.
He was the first.
Yeah. Catherine, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Catherine.
Hey, boys.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, guys, how are you?
Good.
I'm Irish Catholic, and
Oh,
I
okay, I got my own radio show.
Red hair, lots of freckles.
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day is a gimme day.
Well, it's a gimme day for the drunk Irish. There's no doubt about it, but it doesn't make it right.
No, drink a little beer, make a little bet. I think it should be okay.
That, you know what? I mean, if that's what it takes for you.
No, I won't.
If you need Sundays and St. Patrick's, just like the free parking Monopoly players, if that's what you need to make this thing, go ahead and do it.
I won't be able to because I'll be like so drunk I can never orgasm. Mom, please turn the radio down. But I can never get like an actual splooge out
Now,
when I'm drunk.
You're telling your mom to turn the radio down?
I forgot she was listening.
You got your mom XM radio?
She has DirecTV.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry, Benny.
Beanie.
Sorry.
I'm Benny.
That's right.
Fucking idiot. Anyway, I can't keep up with all this. So, Dave, just do me one favor.
Yeah.
And be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And stop coming up with your RonFez.net excuses.
No, okay. It's all on me. 40 days in the hole, I'm good to go.
40 days out of the hole.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Or I'll let Earl lay his hands on me for 8 hours straight.
Now, Fez, you said you had a little Hustler magazine story for me today that you said, I won't believe this story.
Yeah, it's a guy who used to be an editor for Hustler magazine, Alan McDowell.
And what do you edit? The pubic hair? What are you What are they not putting in Hustler? Hey, that goes too far.
So he's got a new book out, and in this book he claims that there is a video featuring Jane Fonda, her then-husband Ted Turner, and an unidentified brunette involved in a menage. And here's the tricky part with the menage footage. The footage includes Jane Fonda wearing a strap-on that she's using on Ted Turner.
Definitely using it on him or just using it on the chick? If she's using it on the chick, no problems at all. And even if she's using it on Ted Turner, you gotta admit, it doesn't make him gay.
Yeah, it says she's wearing the equipment to pleasure Turner while he services the brunette. And then Jane Fonda asks who's ever on the camera, are you getting this?
I'm going to just say right off, if the video was out, we all would have had the chance to see it.
That's what, yeah, how did you hide this thing for that many years?
Yeah, the Scott Stapp video came out. So Jane Fonda and Ted Turner taking it in a can. And, corporate-wise, who's had more enemies than Ted Turner? He's had a ton of enemies. So, I'm not going to believe it. But I do know this. Jane Fonda loves the menage. I mean, she practically invented it back in the 60s with Roger Vadim. So that part of it, the menage part, yeah, I'm all up for. The fact that, and I have no, whatever happens in the bedroom, that's what people do. So I'm not saying I'm judging Ted Turner because he likes to take it in a can from Hank Fonda's daughter. I'm saying this. If the video was around anywhere, we would have seen it by now.
So this book, not out yet, but it's called Prisoner of X by Alan McDowell.
What does that mean?
McDonald.
What's that mean? Prisoner of X.
I have no idea what Prisoner of X means.
Ecstasy? Is that the deal?
Maybe that's what it is. So all I know, former editor at Hustler magazine.
All right, book him, Earl.
Alan McDonald.
Yeah. Which is also Dave's last name. This is probably Dave's dad, Alan, has got a new book out. So that's the only thing that I'm not really believing about the whole deal, Fez. I think we would have seen it by now.
I hope, if it exists, I hope now this book finally brings it to light.
Now,
we finally get to see it.
We'll go into break here, and I understand we have some kind of Dave thing. One of the listeners made. Who made this, Earl?
John from Belfast.
Oh, he's the coolest. And what exactly is this called? It's kind of a look back at Dave or whatever?
Yeah, it's just kind of an East Side Dave retrospective remix type deal.
I will be back in a few moments. Here's John from Belfast who sends us a bunch of stuff. It's a Ron and Fez show.
Who is it?
It's Dave, man. Will you open up? I got the stuff with me.
Who?
Dave, man. Open up.
Dave?
Yeah, Dave. Come on, man. Open up. I think the cops
Dave's
on me.
not here.
All right, look who's here. East Side Dave, of course. God forbid. The guy has a hot dog stand. He takes his lunch. He comes into here. It's like a fucking nightmare every day.
Anyone who wants a dirty water dog, forget it. That hot dog stand closes its umbrella and shuts down.
I could just envision myself, Mom, turn the radio down, holding my hand between the cheeks and just flipping it back and forth like pancakes and just saying, I'm your daddy now.
I believe he called that jar penny Frankie.
Just because you said it was a heterosexual guy doesn't mean it's not still fucking gay, dummy.
There's no minor you wouldn't have sex with. That's the beauty of it.
And when I say, everywhere, I mean everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm talking even in the bathtub. I say, Lester, you don't need a coconut blanket in here.
I try to get a website called God Hates Eastside Dave.
Oh, it's up already.
.com.
It's up.
Hey, Eastside, how you doing?
Hi, Mr. W. How are you? We'd be rough. I'd punch her in the face. She'd punch me back.
You might improve her.
I wouldn't spank it to her, no.
Yeah.
I find chicks like on the subway every day to work. I always try and grind into them, and then if the subway stops short, I try and hit into them real quickly with my pelvic region.
Crazy talk for crazy talk sheds.
Uncle, remember, we used to always say, where's Frankie's jar pennies?
Get her out. Get her out of the country immediately. USA all the way. There are some of us who are classy, my friend.
That's gay. That's another word for gay. Did you bring any dirty water dogs up with you today? I'm starving.
No.
Stop it. I don't know why you're trying to be shocked at.
No, okay.
Just be a normal person.
From leaving
human being.
I like it when you fuck my pussy.
Are you fucking a puppet? Because that's what it sounds like.
Is it Mr. Hanky?
But it's insane, Dave, the things that you say.
Awful blue fish eyes, like a carp. You have carp eyes.
But now you're coming off like a rapist.
Well,
you're seeming like a little bit like a rapist.
Well, we all have our groups that we belong to, Mr. B.
It's not a personality flaw. It's a crime.
And she shows the actual ass, dude.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Never seen that before.
Oh, stop being stupid.
So glad you don't have any pigment.
No, I can't have Beaker come over. It's frightening, isn't it?
It really is.
Open up the door. It's Dave. Who? Dave. D-A-V-E. Will you open up the goddamn door? Yeah, Dave.
Dave's not here.
Oh.
Ronnie. Fezzy. The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.
Ron and Fez Show. Dave, where's the update on the soup Nazi? What happens there? You just think of it as a funny joke that doesn't have to come through?
Oh, no, we're sending out for menus and specials right now.
No, I don't want to send out. It's fucking 5 blocks away. You use a telephone.
I mean, that's what I meant. We're calling them right now to find all the specials in the entire menu.
It's not specials. They have different soups every day. So
Right.
there's nothing that we want besides soup.
That's
So-
what we're trying to find out. All the soups of the day. We're just trying to find out a big selection.
You don't need a big selection. They make 6 different soups a day.
Yeah.
So you make the call, you write down the 6 soups, you bring them in.
Okay, it'll be here in 2 seconds.
Yeah, 2 seconds came, 10 minutes ago. All right, Ron and Fez Show, 866-RON-0-FEZ. And I'm not saying it's his job to do it, but he's got to, lead the fucking interns.
That job has to get done.
Yeah.
And it's only soup.
It is only soup.
So it shouldn't be that difficult.
I know. Marianne has written this. He says, can you talk about the curse that seems to lay over the producers/interns of the Ron and Fez Show? I offer this proof of the curse. Harry just disappeared one day with candle wax, covered shaved head, saying he needed a sabbatical. Maybe his comedy career did take off, and I've just yet to see his HBO special called Pants. All we know about Harry is that he's on a walkabout, and it looks like the door is closed to him.
He said he was going to find his smile.
All right, so he was a legitimate producer for the show. He's off to find his smile, and we wish him all the luck in the world. Nice kid. Not a great, didn't do a great job with us. Maybe he'll do a great job somewhere else. The champ started off well, took a beating to win his coveted champ belt, got lots of airtime, seemed to be well liked by the listener, loses the belt, goes on OMA and makes a lackluster first appearance. Last week he talked into both of Anthony's bullhorns. Anthony threw them both away, told the champ that he would be behind the scenes role and never have airtime again. Again, here's the thing with the champ. He was an intern. You've got to go just one term with each show, the way that they have it worked out. And he did well with us. Didn't do so well in the O&A show.
There is, with interns, a sophomore jinx.
Yeah.
That is so true.
Yeah, that although Bill, it's still out for him to see how he does or not. But it'll be interesting to see. All right, Orange Juice Puking Paulie. After the OJ incident, he went to work with Master Poe and never heard about him again. This seemed to be kind of a Bermuda Triangle for interns. Again, his internship ran out here a little bit after he was with Master Poe. And what happened to him, Earl? You gave him a passing grade?
Yeah, we gave him the old 65 and
D plus.
My thing is this: if you make it through the internship, you get an A. It's a pass-fail. But so he passed, and the champ passed, but he's been struggling on O&A, I know.
Oh, the champ has been he's fallen on hard times.
Yeah, he's on hard times with O&A. And again, I'm going to tell you, believe it or not, Fezzi and I are pretty fucking easy on interns.
No, Anthony put him in, I guess, the equivalent of the Phantom Zone.
Yeah.
It's just sort of like, you're here, but you're never seen or heard.
Now he's a punch-drunk champ.
Anthony doesn't like his fucking shit played with. You got to understand that. Well, he's particular. What he is somewhat particular. So we only keep the interns for a little while. Producers are supposed to stay with us. And then this, she writes, finally there's Eastside Dave, who's easily the craziest of them all. He jacks like a madman, talks like a baby, laughs like a hyena, taking bets on how long he'll last. Here's the deal. Eastside has worked in radio before. It's how he impressed Wiki to get this job. This is like his third or fourth radio job. Fourth? Eastside, come on in. But let's face it, Fezzi, the kid's a loose cannon.
Yeah, it's you don't know day to day what you're going to get. And the stuff with the Earl tantrums that he's having, that shocks me completely. I didn't see that in his personality at all.
Earl and I get along very well. It's like a battle of brothers, and I never respond well when
There's
people
only
put
one
their...
brother in it.
Yeah, but you got to remember, this is a corporate environment.
He shouldn't be touching me.
Not a family environment.
Don't touch me.
Right, but here's what's happening. Unless you guys work out this craziness, something horrible is going to happen. Fez and I are going to try to play it down with the bosses, and they're going to say HR wants one of them to leave. I can see that coming.
Yeah, and you screaming out, Earl, quit touching me, that's going to end up some sort of sexual harassment suit.
Now, if Fez and I had to make a list of interns and producers we had over the years, it would be frightening long.
Oh, yeah.
I think little kids out in the Midwest could collect paper clips just so that they could get an idea over how many have been lost over the years.
What is always astonishing to me is when someone that, has been following the show will bring up a former producer or intern to me and Ronnie, and they have completely gone out of my memory banks until I hear that name again.
As a matter of fact, I got an email yesterday from Defoe. Remember Defoe?
Defoe.
Yeah.
Oh, I hated that fat fuck.
You didn't like Defoe?
No, that kid. All that kid wanted to do was smoke cigars with you.
Well, he wanted to go out and have a cigar and hear some stories about the business. I thought he was fabulous.
I could not get him. That place where we worked, there was a smoking deck up on the roof.
Yeah.
And Ronnie, during commercial breaks, Ronnie would go up and have a cigar on the smoking deck. And that fat fuck would waddle his way right behind Ronnie all the way up to the roof. And that when I'm trying to get things done during commercial breaks, I have no Defoe around me because he didn't want to do any work ever.
He wanted to learn stuff like about timing. I was trying to teach, yes, it is. You're right, Defoe, it's timing. Now, so I want to protect Eastside Dave, even though he's yours. I have a love for Earl. I will always protect Earl. But Eastside Dave is yours, and Fez, let's face it, you're less maternal than I am. You were only maternal with one guy. And I don't want to even say his name because I don't want to tear you up.
Rory?
Yeah, Rory.
Man.
So
I got the red hair like him, though.
He was blonde. Now, here's the thing, Dave. I see some of these flaws in your character, and I want to watch out for them.
Okay.
And maybe what I was thinking is, try to learn more about you. Is West Side coming in this weekend?
She's going to come in, I hopefully Thursday before.
All right, Thursday night. Now, my wife and I are going out to Elaine's Thursday night. Are you guys busy Thursday night? Why don't I do this?
Okay.
When I'm in Elaine's, I'll have them take my picture of me and my wife with holding up our menus, and I'll give that to you guys to enjoy, to see that if you work hard and you keep trying, one day you two can make it.
All right, that will help. That will give me some.
I'll even bring in. I'll tack a wine list to it, and you guys can hang that up on the wall and look at it every day.
I love Chardonnay.
And then you got to learn to yourself. I've got to stop screaming at Earl and throwing rabbit punches around here. Maybe I can last, because we want you to last.
I'm going to be the producer of the 22nd century.
I know. Everybody says that, but I'm a gambling man, and I see you making only a one-time giant mistake, where it's one of those deals where we all loved them, but there was we couldn't save him from this.
Couldn't save him from himself in this one time.
Yeah.
He had to go and play the ass.
Here's what I was thinking, Earl, and I'll just give you this impression. Yes, we all loved him, but there was one mistake he couldn't be saved from. Am I right, Earl?
Oh God, I'm shivering just the thought of what he did.
Is it the same Irish personality that you see there?
Not that extreme.
Right.
He was one of
Well, you've never drank. Yeah, he's not good enough yet to feel like he can drink in here, but on the streets he's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. I've heard the animated tales of Dave.
Yeah, they're bad. All right, let me go over the soups with you, Fez. You can't have a bisque, right?
Yeah, no bisque.
All right, what about a crab bisque?
No bisque.
There's a nice shrimp bisque.
No.
There's a corn chowder.
Corn chowder? Chowders I should stay away from because they're kind of cream-based.
Beef Barkley. Barkley.
That was my stage name when I danced.
Barley. Beef barley.
Beef barley I can have.
All right, black bean.
Black bean would be good for me.
Fucking delicious, too. Broccoli cheddar.
No, too cheesy.
Yeah. All right, so your little choices are from beef barley and black bean. Which one do you want?
Let me go beef barley.
All right. Now, I want to do everything with Fez. Be there fucking leg for leg with him. So I'll have the shrimp bisque.
What? I can't have a bisque.
You can have a little one. Shrimp. I'm not saying it's lobster.
Just because it's tiny doesn't mean I can have it.
I had a lobster bisque from there the other day, and it was so good I started fucking crying. And my tears were in the soup. It was so damn good.
He just got some good soups.
Who are you sending for this?
Pitts is going to be on this one because Bronx Johnny isn't here, and I think Bill is feeling really ill today.
I don't want anybody near my fucking bisque that's ill. Pitts, come on in here, buddy. Pitts, and we've yet to meet Pitts. We're taking it easy on him. But this is, for an intern, Fezzy, you couldn't have a bigger job than what we're asking him to do today.
This is a huge assignment. Why? Because it's not the lunch run where just fill in the intern. It's the normal order. It's the normal lunch. It's the normal deli.
Well, Fez, I checked for you, but they don't have any vegetarian or healthy soups today.
Some days they do?
Yes.
Oh, you see that, Fez?
Way to be on top of it, Pitsy.
Pitts is the best.
Yeah.
Right now, you're the #1 intern.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But are you familiar with Seinfeld?
Yes.
You know the trouble you can have with the soup Nazi.
I know the order. Put my money down, step to the left. I know all about it.
Right. Now, normally at this one, he's not at, so you're okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go asking for bread if you don't get it. Fez, you're not eating bread anyway, right?
Right, so there's no need to cause a stink.
You want Fez's bread.
Here's what I want you to do, Pitts. You put that bread in your pocket. That's for you. Enjoy that.
Thank you very much, Ronnie.
All right? That way you're getting a little something out of it for yourself. And there's also a fruit there. You can have fruit, Fez?
It depends on what the fruit is.
They get bananas and apples.
I could do that.
One day there was a strawberry with a couple of grapes, though.
Yeah.
It was fucking thrilling when that popped in.
Too many natural sugars.
You know what? We're not going to do it right away. But you know what? You might be able to eat a soup on the air, Fez.
Yeah, I could probably get away with that.
Without sounding too hideous.
No chewing.
No, I'll be like, God damn, that's good bisque. Earl's not a soup man, so don't even worry about him with it.
Okay.
Hates it. We were talking about former producers, Fez, and this was sent to us. Giant Brian, who used to be our producer, is now at in Philadelphia with the zookeeper. What's his name?
DeBella.
Yeah. He's living there in the Delaware Valley, next to the Delaware River, doing everything, enjoying himself. So he put this out, I guess, with the Cosmic Circus, a song that, according to him, is sweeping the Delaware Valley. I thought we'd give it a little listen, because he never sang for us.
No, never.
Earl went and got it. He likes it. I haven't listened to it yet. I said, let me hear it on the air, and we'll do one of those hit or miss like they used to back on radio. All right, so if you want to be part of this, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. CosmicCircus.com is our buddy Paranoid, and this is Giant Brian, and we'll take a listen to a song.
Don't shoot me, Dick.
I'm the guy who pulled the trigger.
Don't shoot me, Dick. Don't shoot me, Dick.
I'm the guy who pulled the trigger.
Don't shoot me, Dick. Don't shoot me, Dick.
I'm the guy who pulled the trigger.
Don't shoot me, Dick. Yeah.
You can't blame anybody else.
Chilling with my boys deep in Texas, hunting some quail. Guess who's on the guest list? Dick Cheney, and he brought his big gun. The VP's here, this should be fun. We both went out looking for some quail. Cheney lucked his gun and I turned pale. I looked all around, no quail to see. I guess Dick Cheney is pointing at me. Oh, don't shoot me, Dick.
I'm the guy who pulled the trigger.
Don't shoot me, Dick. Don't shoot me, Dick.
I'm the guy who pulled the trigger.
Don't shoot me, Dick. Don't shoot me, Dick.
I'm the guy who pulled the trigger.
Don't shoot me, Dick.
You can't blame anybody else.
Bam, 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 the bullets flew. Why the hell did I vote for you? You lit me up because you thought I was quail. You know the media won't believe that tale. Don't say sorry, don't even try. You just better hope that I don't die. So the moral of the story, and you know that it's true, obey Dick Cheney, or he'll shoot you too. Don't shoot me, Dick.
I'm the guy who pulled the trigger.
Don't shoot me, Dick. Don't shoot me, Dick.
I'm the guy who pulled the trigger.
Don't shoot me, Dick. Don't shoot me, Dick.
I'm the guy who pulled the trigger.
Don't shoot me, Dick. Yeah.
Was that a quail? Oops.
All right, there it is. That's Giant Brian rocking the Delaware Valley with that one, Fez. Here's Josh. Josh, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yo, man, I'm here in the hoo-hoo Delaware Valley, and this song fucking sucks.
So have you heard it going around?
No, I have not.
Yeah.
It's not the talk of the area?
I don't know what radio station Giant Brian is on there, but apparently he's just blowing it up. Hey, Sam, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you doing, guys? I'm eating lunch and enjoying your time.
What do you think of the Giant Brian song?
I think it's pretty good, you know. I mean, I wouldn't buy it, but if you play it again, I might, listen.
You might tap it a little bit. Well, it's a little bit probably late. If it would have happened, if we would have got it the day after or something. Hey, Dan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, thank God you got rid of that motherfucker. That was the worst song I ever heard in my life.
You think?
It is kind of terrestrial radio. It does remind you a lot, even with having the little bleep there. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, buddy?
I'll tell you what, DJ Brian sucks more dick than Fezzy over there.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks.
So it seems like the vote's kind of split here. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
Not really my flavor on that song, but I have heard that it is sweeping the nation.
Sweeping the nation.
I don't know.
All right, there you go. Even though he doesn't like it, he's honest enough to say it seems to be a fad.
Well, not only is Giant Brian a little late with the Cheney topic, also a little late with the rap, too. Just to start rapping at this point.
You couldn't get bigger than rap. You couldn't be bigger than hip-hop right now. Earl, do you not like white hip-hoppers?
If you're sincere about it.
They're the only ones I like. I don't understand why there's always a thing. But I'm not a big fan of hip-hop except for the white guys. I think they're fabulous.
So you like Third Base?
White power. What's that? Third Base? Yeah. They're fabulous.
Vanilla Ice?
Love. Can't get enough of them. Eminem, terrific.
Beastie Boys?
Love them. They're great. White power. Maybe it's just my own taste.
WP.
Yeah, the way I was raised.
What'd you say?
All right, now there are some numbers in right now for Dick Cheney. I guess these are approval numbers, and he's down to 18% approval. Right now, you would have to be, I guess, a hunter to really be a big fan of Dick Cheney.
To get down to 18%, you really had to be biting the heads off of babies.
Yeah.
To get that low, 18%.
Yeah, those are Diamond David Lee Roth numbers. Well, we're talking Rover. These are really difficult numbers when you're dealing like that. Now, the president's numbers twice of what he's looking at, right?
Yeah, the president, he's at his all-time low, but he is at 34%.
34%, which...
So just about doubling Cheney. So at least he can have that going into like any sort of cabinet meeting or something.
Yeah, that's always good to keep him around. But the rumor is after the 2006 elections, and we've heard these kind of rumors before, the Republicans are going to ask Dick Cheney to step aside and maybe set up somebody, Fezzi, who would be a little better off to be a face of the party as they try to run the next election.
Well, that's got to make sense, that part of it, where if you had a sitting vice president running for the nomination in 2008, got to be a little bit more of a power position than just a field of Republicans coming in where nobody actually established.
Well, you know, that's normally the feel-good position, but we have seen those guys get knocked off before. Nixon got knocked off after sitting for 2 years. Gore had didn't pick up the win after him. After Clinton, so it's not an easy shot.
Yeah, very few sitting vice presidents get that, what you would call a third term.
Who's the last one who picked it up?
Bush's father.
Yeah, so Big Bush got it for himself. Here is Jason. Jason, you're on Ron and Fez. Jason, how are you, buddy?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, Cheney's number should have went up. He shot a lawyer.
All right, so we're doing lawyer jokes.
Well,
where are you calling from?
Right now, North Carolina, but I'm from Iowa.
Ah, still cutting edge stuff, doing lawyer jokes out there?
No.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Thanks for calling. Shot a lawyer, Fez.
Oh, people hate lawyers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're snakes.
Yeah, they're snakes. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Who are you picking to jump out of the pack here, Fezzy? Because I'm not exactly thinking it's going to be John McCain and Hillary Clinton the way everybody's saying.
The governor of Massachusetts. I'm trying to think of what his name is.
I call that Taxachusetts, Fezzy.
Yeah, he could be the guy. Romney, is that who it is?
Milton Romney?
It's not Romney. I think it's Romney.
What about Milton Bradley? You got an idea if he's going to do anything?
I don't play his games.
Yeah.
So
what are you basing that on, Fez?
I just think a young face in the crowd, and he's a little bit more in the center on something.
Now, have you read any of this, or this is just you guessing?
This is me guessing.
Okay. Here's Eric. Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, you were saying Bush is actually only the second sitting vice president to actually win. There's only been one other before him, and I think it might have been James Monroe.
Wow, so it's not really the power position to come out with, huh?
Yeah,
that's
it's
not really
a
helping
hindrance.
Yeah. Well, you know, maybe there's well, first of all, a lot of people don't even make the 2 terms, so it doesn't happen all that often. And then 2, there's always somewhat of a fatigue thing, and then 3, there's always Florida in the ballots. So anything can really go wrong for the sitting vice president.
Wasn't Truman a sitting vice president who became president?
Well,
he didn't get elected.
But, he was elected after the fact, but he became president first. So yeah, I would throw Truman into that because he is a guy who used that power to get election. But it wasn't flat up that way. It wasn't like they were leaving that way. Here's Eric. Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, I thought Cheney wasn't going to run in 08. I thought he told everybody that.
No, he's definitely not going to run in 08, and that's one of the rumors of, well, then why keep him around?
Right. He's terrible anyways, huh?
Well, 18%, it's not like everybody's a big fan of him. Although,
I'm a huge Republican, and I can't stand either of the guys now.
Well, you know, even I think if you're a fan of the guy, he's not doing any good. And then again, I don't think too many vice presidents actually have a big approval number.
Right.
You know, it's normally a job of, most of the times they just get joke stuff done about them. This is like the first evil vice president joke thing that we've ever had, where, you know, everybody thought for a while at least he was the puppet master.
Yeah, very few vice presidents have had even a job to do as vice president.
Yeah.
I mean, even Gore wasn't this involved in the, you know, in the Clinton administration.
Yeah.
No one's had this much power.
Like, even like with, when John Kennedy had Johnson, it seems like, okay, I'll give you the space program or something. Like, you would give him one part of it. Here is Nate. Nate, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to say you guys were talking about Mitt Romney.
Yeah, Mitt, that's it.
I don't know the guy. Fez is a big fan.
Yeah, he's kind of a long shot. He's a Mormon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see that too much with, presidents.
I just have a feeling that the Democrats are not going to want to get behind somebody from Massachusetts again. They've tried it time and time again, and it hasn't worked since JFK. The last two have taken it in the ass.
Yeah, the Democrats will probably go with Mark Warner out of Virginia, or probably Senator George Allen.
Here is, let's go, I don't know. And right now it seems like Hillary's got the push, so I wouldn't bet against her. It's just going to be too weird, don't you think, to go Bush, Clinton, Bush, Clinton. That's just really insane.
That's very weird.
And then Bush even did the joke, and then my brother Jeb is ready to go. Like, they fucking laugh about it, those two families.
Yeah, by the time we're done with the second Clinton, we'll be ready for the third Bush.
Yeah. Earl, would you get behind Hillary Clinton? I know you're a big Democrat.
No, I wouldn't, actually.
What's the reason?
I think we need someone more in the middle, and she's just perceived as being very liberal, and you need someone a little bit more moderate. Moderates get elected. They always do.
Yeah, well, then you're stuck with them. Here's Joe. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, there's been several presidents that have made it to, or vice presidents that have made it to president. Nixon was a vice president. He was Eisenhower's vice president.
What we're talking about is that presidential election when you're the sitting vice president.
Right.
Nixon lost that election in 60.
You know, when you really go back to that, you can't use Truman, you can't use Johnson, because it's really not fair.
Because they came into office.
So they were basically a sitting president that got elected. So, yeah, that's not fair. Yeah. It should only really be somebody who served for 8 years and then was able to use that to get to be president. Here's Mr. Nail. You're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I think what Bush should do this term is just kill all of his political opposition and just take over as dictator, rule forever.
That's both parties now.
Yeah. Would you love to have him forever?
I would love to. He's a great guy. Bring us all to hell.
All right, thank you very much. I don't get it, but thanks. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. Hey, nobody's bringing up the first brother president, which is going to be Barack Obama from Illinois.
My plan is to run Earl against him and just stop the whole thing.
Well, we could have both. We could have Earl as VP and Barack Obama as president, and we have, like, the black nation.
Yeah, put them up against each other. The votes cancel out.
Is Barack going to run this time, Earl?
There's been a push for him to run in 08, but I think it's too early. I think if they would get a Republican in 08, he will definitely run in 12.
Yeah, but here's the thing. He's not like Bush had a lot of experience. He just was, Texas governor for a little while, jumped in. Sometimes the last thing you want is a lot of votes people can get back on.
Barack's got to put on some weight, just physically. He's not ready for the presidential race.
Small forward. Think of him as a small forward, Fez. You can go with it from that angle. Greg, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys, how you doing?
Good.
BAC 3745.
Way to go, old school.
I was just calling. I'm here in Massachusetts. I'm a Republican. I'm a Republican, and I don't think Mitt Romney's got a shot because he just came out last night at this fundraiser against abortion, and I think that just sealed the deal with him.
Well, I mean, if you want to be a Republican, you got to come out against abortion.
Well, I think that's a main hard right Republican. The moderates, though, I mean, the only one candidate they were going to have was Giuliani, and they can't appoint him because he's pro-gay and pro-choice.
Yeah, he has come out that way. But like you even have a guy like Reagan. He said he was against abortion, but didn't do shit about it. So you know what I'm saying? Like you got to at least say you are, and then move on from there. Now the president said something interesting. He's like saying he's against abortion instead of rape. And the only exceptions would be rape, incest, or the health of the mother, if the mother's wife if the mother was in some kind of jeopardy. And I'm like, if you're really seeing that as a life, why would you blame that life on rape? So you're pro-choice. It's just more of a limited choice.
That goes against the whole thing of the value of life. Of every life is valuable, whether it's a stem cell, a fetus, any child.
And the reporter didn't push him on it. And again, it's because I really don't think he cares one way or another. I think you have to say you're against abortion if you want to get the churches to get behind you, but you're really not putting it at the head of your list there.
No, he hates rape babies.
Hates the rape baby.
He can't stand rape babies.
Then all you really got to say, girls, if you want to keep having abortions, is, I was raped. I guess by my incestuous dad. I don't know. I just want a nice abortion.
Oh, a rape waterhead?
Yeah.
From incest? He can't stand those kids.
Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Yeah.
I love your show.
Thanks, buddy.
I think we should bring back Clinton.
Well, you would if you get Hillary. I'm sure he'll be hanging around quite a bit.
Oh, he'll be seen. Every now and then you'll just see him giggling in the background with his hand over his mouth, or you'll see her making a speech.
Now, Fez, wasn't he back in the news? He's,
Yeah, now even though Hillary has come out against this United Arab Emirates port deal, and she's saying, we can't risk this, it's too dangerous for America, he's come out in favor of it.
Right.
So he's saying, no, the United Arab Emirates, they're a great ally. They've been a huge help in the war on terror.
But there's other funny stuff that he was involved in.
Yeah, then it turns out that President Clinton, since leaving office, gets $300,000 to go speak at the United Arab Emirates.
He calls that a Tuesday. I'm at the intern thing, that he is now trying to find interns for himself, and it's like night school. It's like this would be the greatest reality show ever of who would be, you get 12 of them coming in, and which of them doesn't make the deal to be Clinton's intern. It would be like watching The Bachelor. This would be the #1 show in the country with a 50 share. Will, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you doing, Ron?
Hey, buddy.
Just want to let you know that Mitt Romney is not a Democrat.
He's a Republican.
Right.
My point was that the Democrats keep losing with Massachusetts time and time again. I don't know if the Republicans want to get into... After doing the Taxachusetts jokes for the last 40 years, I don't know if they really want somebody from that state. Here is Ryan. Ryan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, if they make rape illegal in all cases except... if they make abortion illegal in all cases except rape, isn't that going to elevate the rape rate? You know, especially like
at least accused rape rate will go through the fucking... will go through the goddamn roof. Here's Chad. Chad, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's called John Adams. He was a sitting vice president when Washington died, and he had to be reelected to get into president.
Yeah, well, now...
Washington didn't die in office.
Yeah, he did not die in office.
Other points.
Yeah, okay. Well, go home and read your book. Right.
When Washington was killed by Lee Harvey Oswald in Dallas.
I know everything there is to know about Washington.
Washington freed the slaves in 1976. What happened from there was...
He went around Washington called himself our greatest president. And it really wasn't fair since he was the only one.
Washington's big catchphrase was, check the history books.
It's just you, Washington. There's no one else there.
That's right.
All right, stop. You're spitting and you just got a splinter in my face.
Woo! The nature prez.
Here is Aaron. Aaron, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, if Hillary were to be elected, would that make Bill? Would he be first man, first lady man? What's up with that?
First lady.
I think it's first gentleman is what they would pick, but really he would just still be known as a sexual predator. If he had, that's what it has on his card, sexual predator. Now you got to watch out for this too, because I saw Barney Frank is kicking up some dust, Fezzi, for going on the Colbert Report. No, what's he call that show?
Yeah, the Colbert Report.
No, it's not report. He calls it like
Oh, to go with Colbert?
Yeah.
With the repair?
Yeah, I don't know if it's repair. Come on in, Bits. No, yeah, is it rapport? Thanks, Bits. So, Barney Frank goes on there, and I guess he doesn't realize it's a comedy show. I don't know how these politicians keep getting into this. So Colbert says to him, "How's the wife doing?" And now he got his little feelings hurt about that.
Well, you got to realize these people, these congressmen, senators, everyone surrounded by people. Who doesn't let Barney Frank in the fact that he's going on a comedy show?
Yeah, somebody there has got to be saying, you know what, I'm looking this over and it's Comedy Central. Now, I haven't seen it, but just knowing Comedy Central, we might want to have a sense of humor about this.
Someone has got to pick up on that little red flag that says comedy across it.
Right. So, but the funny thing there is, if you go with the fucking gag, everybody likes you. You know what I mean? All he has to do is laugh. He could even keep saying whatever he came on to promote, but just not acting like a big baby, and everybody would like him for it. Hey, Jack, you're on Ron and Fez.
Good afternoon, guys.
Hey, buddy.
Listen, you guys are totally mistaken. George Bush is the best president you'll probably ever see.
What did you say we were mistaken about?
He is rebuilding this government's military, plus rebuilding two other governments at the same time.
Well, what about the one in New Orleans? That would be the fucking great one to rebuild.
Well,
all we did was give out the figures right now, and apparently you're in the minority. It's 34% of the people feel like you do that he's doing even a passable job.
No. To New Orleans, too many blacks and Puerto Ricans down there, so we're not worried about that. I'm just talking about where we're spreading democracy in Afghanistan and Iraq.
So you don't like blacks and Puerto Ricans, but you like Iraqis.
No. I worked over there for the last 15 months.
Right.
We're there for a reason.
Right.
To spread democracy. You're missing the whole lot.
I guess I got caught off on the don't help the blacks and Puerto Ricans.
Well, because we try to give them the idea of democracy, and they have no clue.
All right. Thank you, Jack. Thanks for making your point. Appreciate it, buddy. Here is Joe. Joe, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, wasn't Teddy Roosevelt sitting vice president?
He got in by a bullet, right?
Yeah, McKinley died in office.
So
got shot.
Only the sitting vice president, who the president leaves waving, moving away, everything's happy, then you've got to run kind of on his record, as well as being your own man, and pull out of it. And they're saying only 2 people have pulled it off, Fez?
Yeah, that's what we heard, and so far it seems to be holding true. That they can win that election. And after Theodore Roosevelt did his 2 terms, he didn't even use his sitting vice president. He went with the big man, Taft, as Secretary of the Navy.
Who's the man who's a 400-pound VP? Taft! You're damn right. The greatest fucking president we ever had, Taft, who put on an extra 175 while he was in, and still found a vest to fit him.
Yeah, pound for pound, our greatest president. Got stuck in a bathtub.
And did something no other president came up with before, and that is inventing something for baseball. Do you know what he came up with, Earl?
I would assume taffy.
No, nice try. There's no taffy in baseball. The 7th inning stretch. His fat ass is sitting there trying to watch a game. So he's like, I can't take it anymore. My ball's sweating. I got to get up and take some pressure off. He's standing up. He's stretching. He's moving around. At that time, people were such gentlemen that if the president stood up, you stood up. So everybody stands up just to be like him. And they're like, yeah, man, it feels good taking a little stretch. And it caught on to this day. Yeah. And what is better in baseball than the 7th inning stretch?
We're lucky he didn't keep getting up during the game. Or we just have constant stretches.
There's a 3rd, a 7th, and then again an 8th inning stretch.
A 3 and 2 stretch.
Or if he would have just got up and taken a shit. Now it's the 7th inning. Everybody like, yeah, let's go take our shit. So nobody better right now, in my mind, than Taft.
But the people of the day, they couldn't take him. He actually came in 3rd when he tried to run for re-election.
Oh, he was a large man. He was so large, Fezzy. I mean, when he came in, he was like 280. You could get behind him.
People writing in there, anyone but fatty.
He was 440. They were worried about his health. I think they were concerned that he wouldn't have made it through another 4 years. Hey, Ricky, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, there was 4 vice presidents that became president.
Lay it on us.
John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, Martin Van Buren, George Bush.
4.
So it was between Van Buren and George Bush Sr. that it took a sitting vice president to get elected into his own.
A lot more bullets.
Yeah, a lot more bullets. Bullets have worked a lot better than everything else. Here's Spike. Spike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Hillary Clinton was voted as the president, you'd still call Bill Clinton Mr. President.
Yeah, that is kind of true. He does bring a title with himself.
Right.
But what would you say, ladies and gentlemen, the president and president of the United States?
I now pronounce you president and president.
You know what I mean? You have to introduce them all the time. And you can't say it's the president and president of the United States.
Would their Secret Service, like, let's say Hillary's president, she's then out of office, would their Secret Service detail double because they're protecting 2 U.S. former presidents?
Actually, we'd save a little money. Because she's already protected. The first ladies are protected, so that's not a problem. But what did they used to call Thatcher's husband? He must have had like a funny name.
Oh, yeah. The Iron Man, because she was the Iron Lady.
But no, the name that you would actually have for the official name that the government would give you. The government didn't say, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the Iron Lady. Here's the Angry Joe. Angry Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Angry.
How y'all doing today?
Good, buddy.
What I think is interesting is, with Reagan and even with Clinton, whenever they were addressed in the press conferences or when they were being interviewed, it was always Mr. President, Mr. President. Have you noticed whenever they're asking Bush, it's always Mr. Bush?
Well, I've never saw anyone do that. They normally say Mr. President, and it's a lot more formal than you could think there. Now, the respect of the presidency, it might seem like it's off with the people, but it's probably felt like that at different times. But normally, in terms of the press, it's a very, very respectful thing, even when they're against them.
And Ronnie, I got one other thing I want to add if y'all get to today.
Yeah.
Y'all have got to talk about that kid bringing the cocaine in that Philadelphia school.
We'll look into that. But
all right, guys, y'all have a good one.
I knew no other way of going to school, so that was just me, though.
Usually, like when a president is elected, the press secretary, they'll inform the press how they want the president to be addressed. So you could always say, he prefers to be called Mr. Bush or
I don't know.
President Bush. Or
I don't think at any other time that you would either say either President Bush or Mr. President when you were talking to him. I don't think anyone's going to say, hey, W. And I know when Jimmy Carter said that, just call me Jimmy, not James. Even that was a little off-putting for people. They're like, I can't. Just stop it with the Jimmy. I don't want to feel like you're my friend. You're supposed to be the president here.
You're James Earl.
Yeah.
Ray.
We'll take a break. We're right back. Ron and Fez Show.
The Ron and Fez Show. XM202.
It's Mr. Watley's worst dress of XM satellite radio. Coming in at number 5 on the worst dress list, the Boneyard's Charlie Logan. Charlie, I have to ask, the Boneyard, is that where you work or is that where you shop for clothes? Listen, CC DeVille in a hoodie, it's your wardrobe, not your music that's poison. This heavy metal ham has heisted his hand-me-downs from a homeless hairband's hamper. If rock is dead, Charlie's wardrobe should be brought up on murder charges. Number 4, Kate Bradley from The Loft. Bradley is dressing badly. The only thing that looks good on you right now is your knee brace. You're the only one I know that uses a torn ACL as an accessory. She's the lady from The Loft with the loose ligament who located her leisure wear in a lethal landfill. Tank tops and a knee brace? Don't kiss me, Kate, until you put on something else. Number 3 on Mr. Watley's worst dress of XM satellite radio, Eric Logan, Executive Vice President of Programming. Hi, haircut. For ELO, every day is picture day in the 3rd grade. My favorite thing he wears is that bowl on his head at the barber shop. ELO is one exec who should expedite an execution of his excruciating excrement ensemble. Sorry, Eric, the big boy suits aren't working. Richie Rich is the only one I know of that can pull off a suit jacket, bow tie, and short pants. ELO, erase your wardrobe. Number 2 on Mr. Watley's worst dressed of XM satellite radio, Absolutely Mindy from XM Kids. Once upon a time, there was a kids' radio host who dressed so badly, her clothes actually scared the children. The end. Listen, Raggedy Ann, Captain Kangaroo should never be your fashion role model. And I'm afraid it's affecting the children, because Miss Mindy's magical medley of matching moo-moos may make her munchkins mindless mongoloids. Here's some advice, Mindy. Hire a kid's magician for your next show and make your wardrobe disappear. And number 1 on Mr. Watley's Worst Dressed People of XM Satellite Radio, Program Director Don Wiki Wicklin. With him, PD stands for Poorly Dressed. He's the only kid in school now with a broke-back backpack. From his Nancy Sinatra boots to his tiny Jean Bonnet cowboy hat, ain't no Brokeback Mountain high enough to hide his wardrobe on. Congrats. Your colored cowboy and condom collection came out as the cream of the compost crop. Not since Dale Evans have I seen this look pulled off so perfectly. Wonderful Wiki's wild western wear wowed Washington with waning waistlines and welcoming wedgies. Well done. Way to go, Wiki. You're broke back in the saddle again. And that's Mr. Watley's Worst Dressed of XM Satellite Radio.
Well, Fezzy, biting, huh?
I gotta tell it like it is.
And you said Elo's still holding a grudge to this day.
Elo still stinging from that.
Yeah.
Showing off his brand new suit, hoping he can move up. He can move off the list of the worst dressed.
He did look like $1,000,000 today, but the haircut is still there. All right, this got sent to me, Fez. I don't know where it came from. Somebody's made a list of every producer we've ever had. I see 21 on here.
Oh, that's insanity.
And I know for a fact it's not all of them, because the Miami guys aren't on there.
Oh, the Miami crew. I forgot about them.
Batman, Joe Buffett.
Oh, Joe Buffett and Boba Fett.
And then that other really weird... Oh, yeah, Boba Fett was the weird one, right?
Yeah, he was the one who was going to find his dad's grave in West Texas and piss on it.
And everyone here actually got paid, except for there's a Mikey D. So that's 22 without even... there's probably another 4 or 5 guys that were in the Miami years.
Yeah. Oh, man, just that revolving door. They were nuts.
Who would keep such a stupid list? So, Earl, let's see if you can hold out. I'm trying to think who probably stayed with us the longest. It'd be tough to say. Well, you would have to go probably Fast Eddie.
Yeah, Fast Eddie, Billy the Phone Freak.
And even Fast Eddie. And you know what? I don't even think Billy's on this list.
Really?
Yeah. Let me go back to it.
I'm trying to think of who was shortest. Donna G?
Donna G didn't last very long, and I didn't even know much about her. She fucked up with somebody with I guess the program director or something, right?
Yeah, she got into it with Schwab. She scared him. She scared Jeremy, and she had a run-in with O&A too over Bruce Springsteen.
I don't think it was O&A. I think it was one of their producers.
Oh, maybe Psycho Mark.
Yeah, I'm not sure that any of that stuff actually... Nothing ever happened on air.
Right, yeah, it's hard to remember.
She wasn't even on air with us that much. So it's real tough to say. All right, Keisha isn't on there. I don't know.
That's right, we had Keisha, JFK.
It's the longest ever, and there's no Billy the Phone Freak, who was, really the guy... who was the first real kind of producer. Eddie was more of, part of the show producer, but Billy was more of, I'm booking guests and stuff. Here's Kevin. Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron, I hate to get off subject, but what's a ham and egger?
A ham and egger's kind of a lunch bucket guy, just a regular Joe.
Strap hanger.
Yeah.
Joe Six-Pack.
Yeah.
They from Jersey or what? What's the deal with them?
It's fucking kind of a wrestling term.
Okay. Thank you. You guys have a good day. I love you.
Go enjoy your ham and eggs, my friend.
Thank you.
All right. See you later. Ham and egger. You ask him what a ham and egger is. George, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, George.
Hey, how you doing? That guy is a ham and egger that just called, by the way.
He's a definite ham and egger.
I got an idea for Earl in case he doesn't make it through the run here.
Yeah.
He can do his own show called My Three Earls. He can have XM Earl, NEW Earl, and you can have Black Rock Coalition Earl.
You know, what's always interesting for me is after our producers leave us, to see who goes on and does great things and see who goes and bites the dust afterwards. Earl, I think, is a guy that will always be in radio, and I think this will be the job that pushes him up, because he was, let's say, not on the fast track there for a long time. And look what happened with Al Dukes after he left us. He went on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, I was kind of I was out in the weeds for a while.
You let Al Dukes blow by you like a shot.
Yeah, but I still have my soul.
Oh, yeah, well, that's
I'm
true,
happy
too.
about.
Well, that's the last thing you want. You want your soul, or do you want to work in radio? You got to make up your mind right away.
But my soul is forever.
You get off of this 30-day suspension, Earl, and I could see you going places in this company. Maybe one day you'll be the next ELO.
I don't know in this company. I think this is going to look good on his resume for the next company that he goes to. I tried Piggly Wiggly, but that's me. That's my beliefs for you. Now, do we got Paulo coming on, Fezzi? Well, and nobody, we've never been anywhere that Paulo hasn't been a regular.
Paulo has been with us for the entire ride.
Yeah.
His body has the marks to prove it.
And has never made a dime off of us. Not a fucking thin dime.
In fact, I think he's lost money.
Yeah, I'm sure he has over the years. Anything coming out this weekend? Anything worth seeing? Oh, by the way, I got the opportunity to watch Ring of Fire, the Johnny Cash story last night. Didn't buy it for a moment. Sat there and never once said to myself, that's Johnny Cash and June Carter. I expected to be blown away by Reese Witherspoon. Maybe I just expected too much coming in. Never bought in for a second.
Makes you wonder if the backlash is going to hit on Oscar night.
There's nobody else. She is the closest thing to being a lock in this. There's no one else out there who's done a decent female role all year. But I had heard so much, like, people would even say, well, the characters are good, but the movie isn't. I got that from Earl the other day. The whole thing just was a VH1 movie. You might as well have been anything else.
It was such a bad film.
I think the heat now is on Felicity Huffman to win. Was that Transamerica?
I haven't seen it, but yeah, I'm already voting for her. Even though I don't get a vote, that's who I would pull for. Any movies coming out this weekend, Fez?
I think maybe the Bruce Willis movie is coming out.
16 Blocks or something?
Yeah, with him and Mos Def.
Yeah.
And now, here's a movie that looks so bad when it comes out, I am looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson has a movie, and not only could it be the worst movie ever, it may be the worst titled movie ever.
Okay. You know what? Just being the worst Samuel L. Jackson movie would be embarrassing, because this guy will do 6-7 movies a year.
Yeah, in this movie, there's an assassin on a plane that's flying off to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And Samuel L. Jackson, I guess, is the cop that has to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens is the assassin releases a box of poisonous snakes on the flight to Hawaii. They get to that point of no return. They can't turn back.
Right.
So they have to make it with 500 snakes on board. This movie is called Snakes on a Plane.
There we go. Snakes on a Plane, the name of this. Now, that actually got is a stoled idea. It's Stephen King, who I read years ago going, sometimes if he's on a plane, he'll think to himself, because of the way his imagination works, what if the luggage rack's open and snakes fall out?
Oh.
So he is, so Snakes on a Plane, for you, worst movie title ever.
That, I think, is the worst title of any movie. You know, there's not...
I think I can beat one for you. And this was fairly new, and I haven't seen the film, but the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Oh, what a stupid name for a movie.
Is so bad that I said to myself, if I'm on a plane, I'll get bit by a poisonous snake before I watch the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
I thought the Pacino movie, Scent of a Woman, was an awful title.
That is an awful title of a movie, too. Because you're just saying, we talking vagina? Where are you going with this? 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Worst title of any film. What do you got for us? Fezzy has come up with this. This one I kind of liked, Fez, but I didn't like the film. 8 heads in a duffel bag. I know most people were turned off. I think I want to find out why those heads ended up in that duffel bag.
It's just too blunt, like snakes on a plane. Why do you have to tell us there's 8 heads in a duffel bag? Besides the fact of it just being too wordy.
Yeah.
It's just too blunt.
Yeah, those, you're right. That, you want to have some artistic movement there where you're going, what exactly do they mean? Hey, nervous caller, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. See ya.
Howard and Kumar go to White Castle. The film did bad, and again, too blunt.
Too blunt, and you've basically given away the plot.
Yeah.
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle, and nothing funny happens.
That movie did a lot of business, Fez. Did well with the kids. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys. Now, a movie's got to be so that you're embarrassed to tell the guy you want tickets to it.
Right.
So the traveling pants one wins for me, but I also didn't like Dude, Where's My Car? Because you just have so much fun saying that to the guy.
Yeah, Dude, Where's My Car? Again, that's all you could come up with? And that might have been a movie, but that did good money, but no one will ever watch that again now. It's just almost embarrassing to people. Hey, Kit, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I wasn't watching, my wife was watching, I don't know, or one of those other fucking women's channels, and...
you were watching it, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, well, I was, because Tori Spelling was on, and she was in a bikini, and the name of the movie was called Mother, May I Sleep with Danger.
All right, now that's pretty damn awful, and I've never even heard of this film.
It was horrible.
All right, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ, getting into some of the worst-titled movies of all time, Fezzy.
I think the new one is the new Sam Jackson movie, Snakes on a Plane. That topped the one that had always been worse for me, Swim Fan. Just about a crazed swim fan.
You didn't like the fact that Swim Fan didn't bring up a moment of danger for you?
I mean, they could have called that movie Dark Water or something like that. No, we're going to have a crazy swim fan. I've never even heard of a swim fan before. Someone who's cheering the swim team.
Here is Dave. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
3220 here.
Way to go, old school.
Hoo-ah! Crouching, something, hidden...
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Why wouldn't Crouching Tiger be enough? And I think everybody would have dug it.
Yeah, we would have been fine with that.
Uh-oh, Fez. You know what that means? We've been Amy Manned. Phones have gone down.
Phones have blown up.
You know, I don't remember. Was there a reason why we came up with Amy Mann, Hush Hush, Voices Carry? It doesn't make sense. Why don't we have telephone line, something that makes like a telephone joke when our phones blow up?
It must have been something we were talking about, and then the phones immediately went in the conversation.
You mentioned it in passing. You're just like, hush, hush.
I know why it was. I was hoping one of you pussies would have the balls, because Earl was told he wasn't allowed to call. He wasn't allowed to call, and I said, we're keeping it all hush, hush. So only play Voices Carry. Stupid idea. No one gets me here. Eastside Dave, out of all people, I expect you to get me. You redheaded bastard. All right, this one got sent in to us. This was emailed at ronandfez@AOL.com, and it came in from Team Mark. To Wong Fu, thanks for everything, Julian Newmar.
Great movie. Horrible title.
You are the first person that would ever call that a great movie.
All right, this one. Cops and Robertsons.
Yeah, a little play on words that maybe if you were in 5th grade.
The Chevy Chase movie. The only reason you named the family in the film Robertsons is so you could do this stupid joke in your title? There's no other reason for them to be the Robertsons.
You don't understand. Their names are Robertsons, right? And then they're dealing with cops. So it's cops and robbers would be the normal thing.
Robertson isn't even a name. Have you ever seen Robertson in the phone book?
What about the pitcher, the old Phillies pitcher? Oh, Robin Roberts, just not Robertson. Okay, you might have a point there, Fezzy.
It's just like Deliver Us from Eva. It's the exact same thing. The only reason this character's name is Eva is so we can say the line, "Deliver us from Eva."
You know, until you just said that, I had no idea that was a play on words. It's not a film that I would see, so I never thought of it as "Deliver Us from Eva" real fast.
Yes, this evil woman could have been any name. And it would have been just as scary.
Yeah, don't like it then.
Don't like it. Stupid, bad title of a movie.
All right, this one was also sent to us, Ron and Fez at AOL. This is from Jesse. Stop or my mom will shoot.
Just hideous.
Yeah.
That goes along with that other Mother one, Mother May I Sleep with Danger.
Which I have a feeling is not even a real film. That just sounds like a crazy one.
What was the other one? Don't tell Mom the babysitter's dead.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you put mom or mother in the title of a movie, and it sucks.
Yeah. Well, no matter what you're going to do with the title, the movie already is going to stink for some of these. We're just really going by bad titles. Could even be for a good film. Here is Brian. You leak through. Hush, hush, you leak through.
How about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? No mystery there, huh?
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Gigantic film. Really, they could have done a little better on the title.
Yeah, followed by Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Which nobody went to see. There's some films that do really well, and then nobody wants to see them again. Hey, Juan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, this is one that if your girlfriend says this, if your wife says, hey, we're going to go see this movie, you immediately cringe and want to run the other direction and get out your switchblade.
Yeah.
It's The Divine Secrets of the Ya-Ya Sisterhood.
The Divine Secrets of the Ya-Ya Sisterhood.
I think Fezzi would have loved that movie.
Sounds just awful. Now, a lot of these come from novels where they like a longer title than normally you do in movies, like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It looks fine on a book, but when you're standing in line, you know what I mean? At Blockbuster, I want to see One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. You're going to fuck it up.
The Bridges of Madison County.
Yeah.
You know, that's a little wordy to say to the pimple-faced kid behind this selling tickets at the Cineplex.
You want something quick, easy.
Yeah, because then I'm just, Bridges. Yeah, just say that. That's enough.
Yeah, but then you don't know what... Uh-oh, Fez. You know what this means. Too many people calling. And it's just me and Fez looking out a window. We see some rain beads are bringing up on it. And then finally Fez starts to sing.
Hello. How are you? Have you been alright?
Phones are down.
Through all those lonely nights. That's what I'd say. I'd tell you everything if you'd pick up that telephone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, how you feeling? Are you still the same? Don't you realize the things we did were all for real? Try to dream. I just can't believe they've all faded out of view. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We should just call the phone company and play this for them. Till they realize it's the Ron and Fez show from XM.
Hook. Hey, was it Jeff Lynne singing on these songs?
Yes.
Great voice, man.
Didn't he do, like, all the instruments, too, in the studio and then toured with a band?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, he played a lot of the instruments, and then I remember the stage show was like a full band. It looked like a giant cheeseburger.
Yeah.
It looked like a spaceship.
This, of course, if you hear this, we should just have the hook always ready to go. Although I like the early part of Fez looking out the window.
Just waiting for a new trunk line.
This song actually has two hooks when you think about it. That shooby-dooby wop part and then into this. Yeah, someday we'll get new phones and everybody will be happy. And Fez doesn't have to stand there and look out the window as the rain's brushing up against it. Stem Cell, you leak through. How you doing, buddy?
Good. You?
Good, man.
World's worst movie. and even Chris Rock couldn't save it. Pootie Tang.
Pootie Tang, never saw it. Terrible. Terrible title.
Here's one from a book, ended up title of a movie. Fried Green Tomatoes. Now, I've seen that movie.
Mm-hmm.
They stop and eat fried green tomatoes once, maybe twice in the movie, and yet it's the entire title of this thing.
Here's one that was sent in to us by Murphy. The Englishman who went up a hill but came down a mountain. Have you seen the film?
No, I've never seen that.
Yeah, there's the whole thing right there. If you know that's the name of the film, within the first 5 minutes, you know how it ends.
Anyone could do a book report on it from knowing the title.
Yeah.
Here was a cheap horror flick.
Mm-hmm.
Horrible, horrible title. Carnosaur. Because dinosaur isn't scary enough and carnivore isn't scary enough, you have to combine the two into Carnosaur.
It's kind of scary. All right, some more coming in on Ron and Fez at AOL.com. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Horrible title.
What about Honey, I Blew Up the Kid?
Even worse.
Okay. Let me keep going through some of these. No, that one's... Some of these are bad on purpose. I won't go to those. Sweet Sweetback's Badass Song. No, I disagree. Love it. Earl, where are you on that one?
The title says it all. You
Yeah.
know this movie's going to be a badass movie.
Daddy's Dying, Who's Got the Will? Awful.
Terrible.
Yeah. Black Snake Moan. This is coming out in 2006. I never even heard of this one. A lot of snake ones don't get over too well, Fez.
No, this new one Sam Jackson's got coming out. Snakes on a plane. What happens? Snakes get released on a plane.
Don't fucking ruin it for me. You know I go to every Sam Jackson.
Oh, everyone knows this.
Actually, I don't have the time to go to every Sam Jackson movie. They come out more than their calendar days. Where he should, instead of going on talk shows, they should just hire him to be a host and he'll promote every day his new movie.
He'll be on to talk about his new films.
Lynn, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. I had a hard time going to see Saw. Because I'm going to see Saw. So
Yeah.
a movie named Saw should never be named Saw.
Did you see Saw?
Yeah, I saw Saw.
I had a really hard time just going to see it.
Yeah. And then afterwards you saw Saw. So it's really embarrassing.
Yeah, that's bad.
It just doesn't lend
Bye, guys.
itself.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Fish Called Wanda. Yeah, that's kind of stupid. Kind of stupid.
Thinner. Was a stupid name for a title.
Here's one from Colin. I still know what you did last summer. I still know. Talk about the movie really not having a payoff.
Yeah, take a really long title and make it longer.
But again, even if you're going to think about what the whole point of the movie is, it just shows that there was no resolution to the last film. Hope Floats. That's stupid. Phone Booth was also stupid.
Phone Booth.
There's a lot of these that are really bad.
What about it? I never got the title either of the book on the movie, The Bourne Identity or The Bourne Supremacy. Or I was like, The Bourne what?
Born. He's born. He didn't know his identity.
But
he's Jason Bourne.
Yeah, but
is it Jason? I have no idea.
Yeah, it is.
No, but if you just hear the title, like The Bourne Supremacy, like, okay, if you're not familiar with the book.
Yeah. Well, maybe if you read a little bit.
Well, I don't read Robert Ludlum.
Why not? You too good for it?
No.
You too busy reading Rolling Stone?
What about Good Burger?
Fucking starving. Where's our soup? Good soup would be the end of it. Look at the thousands of people of India who are protesting President Bush. Holy shit. Look how long that crowd goes back. And then they're holding up a sign of him as a monkey and hitting it with bottles. Well, like, you don't see us get mad over your cartoon work. We think it's funny.
Yeah, we do that, and next thing you know, all hell breaks loose.
Exactly.
Or Denmark does it. But yeah, President Bush went to Afghanistan yesterday. Protests there, huge amount of protests.
Is that right?
For a country he's liberating. And India, who's supposed to be a buddy, a pal anymore.
Yeah.
Gigantic protests there.
Yeah.
They've got the numbers to file out, too.
All right, J-Dub says he hates I Heart Huckabees, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, Gigli, Freddie Got Fingered, and who is Harry Kellerman, and why is he saying those terrible things about me?
That's really long and bad.
And that's from 71. I Heart Huckabees is kind of an awful title for a movie that I like. Fear.com. That's
awful.
Trying to jump on the old .com craze. Fez and I did the same thing.
Fear.com, and then throw in 976 evil.
Let's see what else we got here. Some of these are coming in on Ron and Fez at AOL.com. And some of the phones are starting to open up again. It's the worst name film titles ever. Hey, Blowhard, you're on the air. How you doing, pal?
Morning, guys.
Nice to
In
talk to you.
1964, there was a movie called The Incredibly Strange Creatures Who Stopped Living and Became Mixed-Up Zombies.
Now, that was trying to be bad on purpose, though, right?
Yeah, but it was a popular movie. It did pretty well at the box office. It was a time
Box office or drive-in? Box office or drive-in?
A combination of both.
Yeah.
And I just read on the IMDb that they actually had people in monster suits running around the theater. But that was in 1964, and it was just probably the whole gimmick of trying to fit the title on the marquee.
Give us the title again.
The Incredibly Strange Creatures Who Stopped Living and Became Mixed-Up Zombies.
Thank you very much, Blowhard. Good one.
Take care, guys.
See you later, my friend. Also, I think it was also in 64, was Santa Claus versus the Martians, which still plays to this day. Some people believe worst film of all time.
Wow,
up there with
definitely bad title.
Up there with Plan 9 from Outer Space, which is also a crazy-ass title. Hey, Mohawk, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, Mohawk.
This one, I'm sorry, Fezzy, about your fallen soldier, but a ghost of Mr. Chicken.
You, sir, are an ass.
Like that title, Dave Fez?
Yeah, I do.
Corvair, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, when the phones crash, clear all the lines, then take them unscreened. There'll be less stress on the system.
There's no, we're taking them on screen right now. That's how you got on.
Then none could be on hold.
Yeah.
And there won't be any stress on the system, and you'll get through.
So that's your way of helping, Radio Shark.
Yes, it is. And also this way.
Man, you know what? He's good at calling all the time. Now we're really good at making us laugh anymore. He used to pull it off.
The dialing he's got down.
Yeah. Hey, John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, two recent awful movie titles, Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants
Right.
and Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Believe it or not, Crazy Jen told me I got to see that. This is really great. One out again?
Let me go sit by the window.
Hello, how are you? Have you been
We'll take a break here. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
through all those lonely nights? That's what I'd say. I'd tell you everything if you'd pick up that telephone.
Ron Bennington, Fez Watley, The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202. In the year 2025, due to a massive climate change and constant encouragement from special ed teachers, special needs citizens of every continent were able to take over the planet.
If retards ruled the world.
We are now in charge of the whole planet, plus America. You have to do what we say, and no more teasing.
Retards running the world. It's like something out of a bad dream.
And we're forced to answer their every whim. Today I had to give a retard another birthday party. It's his third one this week.
You're lucky they got me trying to build a house out of marshmallow peeps. Then they get mad when it falls down. Fucking retards.
And starting tonight, we get to crawl in bed with you anytime there is thunder outside or other scary things. And maybe we could build a tent with some blankets.
Why don't we just make a run for it?
We'd never make it. They're too fast.
That's right. I forgot about all those years of them walking around on their tiptoes. It's like trying to outrun a kangaroo.
Hey, you mister, right there. I need your help now.
Who, me?
Yeah, I have a special job for you.
If it's trying to teach you how to ride a bike again, you can forget it.
No, this is better. I need you to cut my toenails. They're too long and they keep tearing my socks. See?
Oh, God, they're hideous. Your toenails look like big, thick, disgusting Ruffles potato chips.
I like potato chips.
No way am I doing this.
You will do it or you will pay the price.
Forget it, retard.
I warned you. Now you have to play the tickle game with me. Come on, tickle my belly. Tickle my belly.
What?
Just do it, man. It'll get you out of cutting those toenails. Here, let me pull my shirt up.
Oh, your stomach. It's so fat and hairy. And your belly button smells like an open sewer.
Tickle me now.
It's a madhouse. A madhouse.
If retards ruled the world.
Yeah, buddies, Ron and Fez show. Licking our phone wounds. Ron 0 Fez. We've got a vacation coming up starting on the 17th. But when we get back from that, it looks like we're going to put together a party with a lot of our good buddies somewhere in New York City. And then after that, the plan is poker tournament.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Now, the deal for the poker tournament, Fez, is that we can't take people's money or give away a cash prize. So somewhere along the line, Earl, get a hold of our friend Will. Let him know that, maybe we'll work it out with one of the poker.com's trip to Vegas. We got our friends from Hooters who just opened up a new casino. Maybe we could even set up some people in a Hooters casino. Have you been there yet, Fez?
No, I have not.
I don't know. I've seen pictures of it. It looks like a Hooters. I don't know if I want to go all the way to Vegas and feel like I'm in a Hooters, or would that be kind of a relaxing atmosphere because you'll feel like, oh, these Hooters people can't be too smart. Let me try to bet here.
Just the slot machines, 3 grouper sandwiches come up, you win.
Well, at least you'll have some hot chicks, too. All right, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Have you joined in the poker craze, Fezzy? You're a big fan of the poker?
I like watching it. I'm not real good at playing.
Afraid you'll get hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
I could sprain something.
So, like most sports, you feel good about watching, not so good about playing.
Yeah. Don't understand the intricacies, the details of it. Try the Porky Pig bit. If I can't say the word, come up with a different one. Intricacies.
There you go, brother.
There it is.
You shouldn't give up so early. You stay on that dog. Earl, I don't know whether you saw this out of spring training, but for some reason there was some kind of a fun little game going on with the Giants. So they were going to make the rookies sing or something, so they act like they're doing American Idol. Who's coming out as Paula Abdul, dressed full in drag? Barry Bonds. Which, believe me, to me, Fez, I saw him, he looked like one of the Williams sisters. It was like Serena Williams came exactly like her, at least in the shoulders and arms. But, Earl, does this make you feel like, okay, Barry Bonds is a fun guy, he's easygoing, or he's flipped his fucking lid?
It's probably a combination of both. I
think he popped his cork.
Yeah, he was too into that.
Some guys are, though.
And that's,
some guys love to dress in drag, like at Halloween, or just direct. And then you'll be able to say to them, okay, stop it. Play it down a little bit. You're not actually a woman.
See, those types of things usually happen in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
They did this out front, on the field, in front of the cameras. I'm like, wait a minute, he is it was a partial. He was like, I think he lost it.
Not like he had to be talked into it too much.
But again, wasn't it just a joke? I mean, haven't you ever seen like Saturday Night Live where the guy comes out doing a funny sketch dressed as a woman and you don't go, oh my God, Horatio Sands is crazy. You're like, oh, well, he's going with the bit. I feel like Barry was just going with the bit.
It just seems like Barry never goes with the bit, though.
This was his chance. And when he does, people act like now he's a lunatic.
But again, I always said those types of things always happen either in the dugout, behind closed doors. You know, even like after the game, if the rookie hits a home run to win the game.
Yeah.
During the post-game interview, he gets the shaving cream pie in the face. Or
They never.
You get the hot foot. I mean, usually that happens to rookies. They have to humiliate him like this. This is that 21-year veteran.
But they've never updated the shaven cream pie in the face bit. They never get over that. The other thing they always do around baseball is phones for you, and when you pick it up, it's all filled with shaving cream. And they still find that funny after 100 years. Hey, Billy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, that costume party thing, that's just a reason for guys to come out of the closet or girls to be the true whores that they want to be.
It does seem that way. But if you ever remember, like in school, the pep rally, like the last pep rally, the football team would dress up like girls. And it would always be like the biggest guys who would stay with the bit, who would have big balloon tits for themselves.
And they would really try to walk effeminate and do the girl voice and really live the whole gimmick.
And then, I noticed that a lot of people would really laugh at that, like it was funny instead of odd. But even the teachers, they would act like, oh my God, this is hysterical. Boys dress like girls. But if they really wanted to do it, if the guy said, this is how I feel comfortable, then everybody would be really offended.
Oh, a guy can't even wear a kilt to a prom.
Ryan, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, pal?
Hey, buddies. 1, 2, 6, 7, boys.
That's a little bit of the old school. Yeah.
Hey, guys. Hey, I got a couple things. When the phones start to go out again, you guys need to play New Edition, Mr. Telephone Man.
All right, so we're going all the way back to New Edition. We'll look into some of that for you. Thank you very much.
Hey, got another thing for you guys there?
Yeah.
Hey, I was driving down I-5 south towards L.A., and I see this 86 IROC T-top red. And on the license plate frame, it said 5 gallons sperm donor. So I'm like, what the hell? So I pull around to the side, and it was Chuck Norris, and his beard was shaved off.
No, come on. So many Chuck Norris things, and that drives Master Poe crazy. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Hey, Kenny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron, how you doing, man?
Hey, buddy.
The only reason that Barry Bonds dressed up like Paula Abdul is because he's doing a show for ESPN. And he's hamming it up to be on his own reality show.
Oh, is that right?
That's right. Just got that off of ESPN.
All right, thank you very much. Yeah, I did see it on ESPN, but they were acting like, hey, what's going on? What's the story?
One Roy too many.
What's Bonds up to? No, there's ESPN, I believe, or no, I think it's Spike TV, has got a news show coming out called Joes versus Pros. And it starts on March 6th, and it's going to be like regular guys trying to take on a retired star at something. So the first week is can you cover Jerry Rice right off the bat? But some of the stuff is going to get a lot more physical, and we'll see what happens there. Hey, Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yo.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's just Barry Bonds is just wearing the tits and showing the ass just because he wants you to forget about the roid rage. And he's probably clean right now because he is going to get tested for the clear.
He's just trying to be a regular guy, and people act like they did with Tom Cruise because he jumped around a little bit. They don't act like, well, he's overly enthusiastic. They act like he's completely gone out of his mind and he's a maniac.
It's weird when those guys who are so hush-hush about their private lives, so secretive, don't like talking to the press, where they do that 180.
Yeah, but everybody bitches when they do one thing, and then they bitch when they do the other thing. It's just like when guys like T.O., they hate when guys don't speak out and say what's on their mind. But as soon as the guy does, the same people that ask the questions, ESPN, act like he's out of his fucking mind and he's destroying the sport. He's destroying the game. Oh, or if you're Joe Namath, you can't even show up to the game a little bit drunk and try to pick up Susie and have a good time. Then everybody acts like he's an alcoholic.
He was leching all over her.
She looked like $1 million. He let her know.
But to say he doesn't even care about the Jets.
No one does. When you got between a piece of ass and the Jets, a regular guy would choose a piece of ass every day.
They're going into the playoffs. He screams, I could care less.
They weren't going into the playoffs that year, my friend. They were far from it. That was during the dive time. They were like 5 and 11 when he brought that up.
And the best part was his attention span just went from the game just further and further away as it went on. He goes, yeah, he has a great mind. I really want to kiss you.
Seriously, she looked so cute that night. And for him, she's young. For if you're Joe Namath, if you're 60, and she's 40, she's looking great. Here's Johnny. Johnny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I want to say that Barry Bonds I think he's gay. Coming from San Francisco, he talks with a lisp in all his interviews, and I heard he thought Fez was hot.
I think he's from Pittsburgh, is where he was born. I'm not sure about that, though. Wherever his dad played.
Well, Willie Mays is his godfather. I think he grew up in San Francisco.
Oh, he did grow up in San Francisco? Yeah. Ugh. Well, there you go. Big Bonds. Although, I see him with 100 kids. Everywhere he goes, there's kids climbing around him.
Yeah, I think he's in the middle of a paternity suit also. A woman, one of his girlfriends is suing him.
And by the way, Fez has his Lent going down. What is your Lent, Fez?
What I gave up for Lent, Ronnie, was I gave up the trim.
No more trim for you?
No more trim, not for the next 40 days. I gotta stay away from the pussy.
No ladies for Fez Whatley.
I am cold turkey at this point.
Earl, do you think he can go? You think he can make it?
I don't know if I'll make it through this show before I jump some girl's bones.
I think that Fez will do just fine.
I know it for a fact. I know that you could put it right up to his face and he's not going to have any interest.
He's going to struggle, but he'll do okay.
One could actually crouch on him. Still won't get hard.
You've got too much faith in me.
He'll have to get hard in front of a woman for that to work out, so I ain't going to.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying it lower, though, so the listeners can't. It's just between me, you, and Earl. Jason, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie. Hey, Fez.
Yeah.
Black Earl. I turned on ESPN today, and I seen Oprah Winfrey on ball field.
You doing a Barry Bonds joke?
I'm just saying, he or she looked like Oprah more than it looked like anybody.
I'm not. Oprah's never been that tight in her life. Bonds has got arms that are just unfucking believable. Scary. All right, this handed to me from Eastside Dave. Bonds born in Riverside, California.
Okay. So that clears that up.
There it is. That's all cleared up.
He must be gay.
Hey, Luke, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie.
Hey, buddy.
I miss cheeseburger eating Fez.
Me too.
How about John Goodman when he dressed up like Linda Tripp there on SNL?
John Goodman's always dressed like a woman. No one ever said anything about him. For some reason, Bonds does it, and people act like the world's coming apart.
The Bonds thing just looked totally insane.
866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Ronnie, the thing I've figured out is there's the big bonus for Barry Bonds. That is, Eddie Murphy called him up, asked for a date.
Eddie Murphy called him up asking for a date. Yeah, because he's a little bit of a cross-dresser. Hey, Neil, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey,
what's
Neil.
going on?
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm eating a sandwich here. How do you think this is going to play out with Howard Stern? You think this is going to work in his favor in the long run?
How what's going to work?
Well, now he's back on air. He's getting publicity. This might actually drive customer base.
I don't even know what you're talking about. First, say what you're talking about.
Well, he's being sued by CBS.
Oh, yeah, I did see that, but I didn't know for how much. But, yeah, it did get him back into the news, but, again, I don't know what his contract is. So for everybody to guess what his contract is, there are certain things in your contract that you're not allowed to talk about. So it may not be a good thing for him.
So you guys are in radio, so you don't have an opinion on this either way?
I just gave you my opinion.
Okay.
My opinion is for him, because obviously I would identify with the guy on the air more than I would the corporation. So, yeah, it's one thing to get publicity. I guess that would be good for him. On the other hand, I am not a lawyer, and I'm not his lawyer. I don't know what that contract is. If the contract tells him that he cannot promote certain things or he can promote certain things, then that could end up being a problem. The only thing is, why did they let him go for a year? But there is like a thing that we would used to sign when we were in that business called payola, right? Where I could not be talking about something that I was getting money for. You understand what I'm saying, Neil?
Yeah, of course.
So at that point...
But this is significantly different to payola, isn't it?
No, what happens is if he's taking money and he's... it's what they would call plugola. And he was plugging that product, okay? And
with investment
that he had money coming from.
Yeah.
And that may be what they're suing him for. That, okay, you're getting money and you used our radio stations to plug something. We want X amount of that money. Now, I have no idea because, like I said, I didn't sign the deal for him. So I don't know what's going down there.
All right, guys, just enjoy. You guys are great. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Neil.
So, again, everybody's going to act now like they know what the deal is. But we used to sign those payola, plugola things, right, Earl?
Yeah, you sign them like every 6 months or something.
And what I would do was never sign them, and then they would be fucking screened to sign it, and I used to sign without reading. So I never knew exactly what all those things were.
You basically, that's what you explained what you were signing. That's basically you can't get money on the back end of.
But here's the deal: why wouldn't they have brought that up during that time that he was doing it? Why did they wait until he left? Blah blah blah. Or did they finally look it over after it happened and decide? I don't know. Again, I'm not a lawyer for CBS. I'm not a lawyer for Stern. But we don't know what that deal is going to work out to. In the meantime, if somebody's suing you for fucking $200 million or $500, how much was it, Fez? Do you even know?
$500 million, I think.
That's at least got to give you a couple sleepless nights, thinking to yourself, that's a lot of money. I hope I don't lose this. Even if you're really confident, you don't want to hear that.
Like losing your old paycheck on payday.
A really big one.
Yeah.
Have you ever lost your paycheck on payday?
Oh, it is the worst feeling ever. And not lost it like gambling or blew it. I mean physically lost it like it got left in the wash or something. That is the worst feeling in the world. Your whole paycheck is gone. God, that's awful.
So that's how you can compare this deal.
Exactly.
It's like he washed his paycheck. I don't know. It'll be kind of interesting always from the side to see how it works out. But, again, both sides are going to have lawyers. It's going to go back and forth. It doesn't help for me to worry about it one bit. It's not my radio station. It's not my money. I got really nothing to do with it at all. Dana, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hi. How you doing, guys?
Yeah.
Long-time listener. Talking about actors dressed in drag. How about Wesley Snipes and Patrick Swayze in another movie like you were talking about before with a long, crappy title? Tu Wong Fu, Who Loves You, Julie Newmar.
I mean, if you're going to get into drag, it would be difficult to find out who didn't get into drag. Robin Williams has been in drag. Yeah. Tom Hanks, drag.
Milton Berle made a career out of it.
Milton Berle made a career out of it. Nobody ever said he was crazy. For some reason, Barry Bonds does the old Milton Berle thing, and people act like he was nuts. But the same thing happened, of course, with Tom Cruise. Why did everybody act like he was out of his fucking gourd for jumping on one couch? They acted like, oh, my God, lock him up. And how many people were saying that his career was ruined, Fez?
Oh, that was it. He was done. He had gone nuts, and it was over.
Including you. You were saying people aren't going to want to see him. Now I'm listening the other day to O&A. I hear Kevin Smith saying he's seen the new Tom Cruise, the Mission Impossible 3. Best fucking movie ever. You've got to see it. So really one thing never has anything to do with anything else. Oh, here comes our soup Nazi food, Fez.
Yeah.
Fez gets the bisque.
No, I can't have a bisque.
I got 2 bisque.
Oh, speaking of which, speaking of food, Bruno Kirby. The real estate guy, not the actor.
Yeah, we got to come up with another name for him. Bruno Kirby is, and I forget, he was somebody, the real estate guy.
So he has Eastside Dave tried to use him and bailed out on him or something like that. Didn't like what was going down.
Yeah.
He tried to send me a gift yesterday to the XM studios here.
Yeah.
He sent me a box of steaks and hot dogs. Like he is trying to kill me with red meat. I have had no red meat since my heart attack.
Steak is not good for you now.
I can't have. I stay away from red meat. I'm trying to change things.
If you can, have the hot dog then.
I can't have a hot dog. I know that. I know that's not good for me.
Well, give me the steaks. I'll take them.
You're going to have to.
Oh, you chucked them?
Yeah, I threw them away. I can't eat those things.
I can't eat. Well, that's a waste of money.
I just threw them in the garbage pail outside the studio. Thanks for nothing. I mean, why not just send me, some cholesterol to shoot right into my arteries?
Earl, go into the trash can and dig those steaks out of there. I'll cook one up now.
Do not get those steaks out of there.
I'll get some pencil shavings off and do it.
So I can't believe someone tries to send me something that will just kill me. Might as well just put fat on my heart.
Why is that bad for you?
I just don't trust red meat. It was, years of red meat eating that got me to this point. I don't do it anymore.
Why would you throw it in the trash when you know other people can eat it?
I didn't even think. My first thought was, get this away from me, like it was a murder weapon. So I completely tossed it away.
Oh, Fez, I just tasted the shrimp bisque. It's out of this world.
It's good. It smells great.
Have a little bit.
No, I can't have any. You're as bad as Bruno Kirby.
It's a bisque, though.
It's all butter and cream in a bisque. I can't have that.
What do you got there?
Actually, Pitts had a problem. They didn't have the beef and barley that I wanted.
Yeah.
He ended up getting me some sort of Yankee bean thing.
Here, I'll tell you what to do. I'll put some bisque in it.
No, do not mix your bisque.
Just to cut it.
With my Yankee bean. You'll be putting the bad stuff in it.
I can't believe you throw away steaks.
I can't have them.
I know, but I can. Earl can.
I'm trying my best to stay away from that stuff.
Why do it?
Why not send me McDonald's gift certificates?
You need to break now, Earl?
No, I was just asking. Because you had your food. I wanted to...
Yeah. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
We're almost at the end of the show.
Okay.
How's that, Fez?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good soup Nazi.
I put a little sugar and butter in there.
I can't have that.
For taste.
I can't have anything with taste, but this tastes good.
So what is it, Yankee bean?
Yankee bean and barley is what I think I ended up with.
Now let me try to work this out, Bits. 2 bowls of soup come to fucking $20? That's shocking. That's a shocking figure.
Oh, he just happened to remember the change.
$14 for these 2 bowls of soup? This fucking must be very good soup.
Well, Ronnie, your bisque was $8, and Fezzi's was $5.
You know what, Fez? You owe me 3.
What?
Even up.
Mine was cheaper.
Still.
I found a diamond in mine. This is expensive soup.
Here's Spanky. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Fez. Hey, Ronnie. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah.
What's up, Spanky?
Hey, I was going to tell you, sticking with the baseball and drag theme here, on the Surreal Life, Jose Canseco, he dressed up in drag.
Drop of a hat. Any opportunity he got to get in drag, he did it.
I think we should get him and Barry Bonds together and let him horse fuck.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Fezzy, you just swore off red meat and then said you wanted beef and barley soup.
Yeah, good point, Fez.
Well, that was the only one on the list that I could have. And then I didn't even end up with that one.
Well, why can't you have a piece of steak then if you're going to have beef and barley?
It's just going to lead down a slippery slope, and I'm not going down that road.
No. All right. Here's Lou. Lou, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
My wife, she hates you. I don't know why.
Let me tell you something. Where are you calling from?
Syracuse. Listen, she's Mexican, so her opinion really doesn't matter.
No, well, let me say this. There is no way she could hate me worse than I hate myself. So take that back to her.
She says she wants to bash your head in.
And still, the things I would do to myself is 10 times worse. So
Really?
I take no offense to it. You will never be the first one to hate me. That's what I would say to that little Mexican fucking piñata of yours. Here's Joe. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Buddy.
Hey, buddy.
What's up, Joe?
Another dude in drag. Actually, bad movie, too. Tootsie.
I thought Bill Murray was funny. The rest of the movie, never cared for. Plus, I don't like any movie shot on 57th Street.
The Russian Tea Room.
Yeah.
Where Dorothy Michaels is going in to meet Michael Dorsey's agent.
What a terrible fucking impression of a woman he did. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be able to hear like a woman. What kind of voice was that?
He tried to go a little southern. It didn't work on him.
Buck, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, boy?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Ronnie Lambs, if somebody gave you a big, nice 8-ball, would you just throw it away, or would you find somebody who could use it?
What I would try to do is treat it like it was Goodwill and give it to somebody in need.
There's no Goodwill for 8-balls.
Sure there is. There's poor people that like Coke. You think only rich people like Coke?
I don't think there's a drop-off point.
Oh, there is, my friend. There's always a drop-off point. Martin Luther King Boulevard. You probably end up getting your knob done for that fucking 8-ball. Hey, Alan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron, I just wanted to give you some shit, okay? You said there was nobody named Robertson in this world. That's my fucking last name. That movie was the greatest thing that ever came across.
Fez, this is your gimmick. He's confused. He, like a Mexican woman, he's mad at me.
Yeah, that was me that said that, Alan, and I highly doubt that your name is Robertson.
Hey, I guarantee you my name's Robertson.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you for a second.
You want me to photocopy my driver's license and email it to you? I can do that.
Yes.
Absolutely. And if it's correct, Fez will leave the show.
I will not leave the show.
Well, you got to put something.
Yes.
On.
You got to get him out of there.
Ron and Fez collectible T-shirt.
That's nothing.
No.
You say something about the man's name. You should have to go to Memphis with him.
Never. I'll never go again.
Never.
Switch spots with Black Girl.
One day
Girl
only.
Comes in one day.
Would you switch spots with Black Girl?
Yes. I mean, we'll never get to, a break, or I won't know how to do Earl's job, but yes, I will do it.
I think you will.
I will have it into you.
If I get over there and it's just one big button to push.
We'll do this. One show. One hour of a show.
That's fine.
We'll open up with Earl in your seat, you in Earl's seat. We'll do it on a Freaky Friday.
So, Alan, if that's true, is Cops and Robertsons your favorite movie?
It is. It's my most favorite movie.
Yeah.
All right, so it's Ron and Fez at AOL.com.
Hey, Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up? You know what scares me?
Yeah.
Black people.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
White people are so
yeah, that's what I was hoping for. You have a good day. Punch me out.
All right, see you later. All white people have some fears of black people. But what I found out from Earl is black people are also afraid of black people. So it does work that way.
So we're all the same. Both races afraid of black people.
Right. There are some constant truths to the universe. But my dad taught me, my parents taught me, it's the same thing Earl's parents taught him. Be careful when you're walking through a crowd of black people. You could get jumped.
Especially if you have that high yellow look.
Doesn't matter what look. There's more black on black crime than black on white crime, right, Earl?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So white people should stop complaining about black people and figure out and just go, I can't believe what you have to go through dealing with black people. You black people.
Well, white people just have more. They have better stuff. Better stuff to steal.
White people have better stuff would be the name of a book that I'm going to write. White people have much better stuff.
Look at these cars.
Yeah.
Check out these homes.
Out of the whole planet, white people definitely have the best stuff.
That's true.
Now, black people have the best asses, if that means anything at all to you.
Small compensation, but it is something.
Well, not if you're an ass man. Not if you're an ass man.
We do have better rims, too.
Better what?
Car rims.
Yeah, well, you're the only one who really wants those. You spend half your fucking salary on rims. I don't understand it.
That nobody can really see if you really think about it.
Now, the black light underneath the car I do like in a big way. And that's really good for everyone.
That little light underneath the car that lights up at night, and the
Earl, here's the two things you have to do in life. Keep us updated on what black people are thinking. Two, when Eastside Dave gets crazy like today, tell him to calm down and put your hands on him.
Okay.
That's the full circle of today's show. That's what it's all about. Have you calmed him over the course of the show today?
Yes, he's been very good.
Is he relaxed?
Yes.
Did he get himself a soup?
No, he did not.
He doesn't know what he's missing.
Here is Randy. Randy, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Big ass 307, butt ass.
Way to go, old school.
Hoo-ah! Yeah, I miss 2 Ron Fez over there. I can't believe, Ron, you were trying to start another book after not finishing Murder at the Super Bowl.
Well, I hit the wall. Fez, as you know, my novel, Murder at the Super Bowl, that I was working on.
Right.
I just got fucking really 2 pages. There was the Super Bowl, and then a murder took place. And then I just wrote real big, who did it? Let's try and find out.
The murder takes place on page 2?
Well, should I wait it?
Yeah, kind of set up the Super Bowl. Let us know the people, the characters, then have the murders. Let us care about the characters.
You've never read a book or saw a movie where a murder takes place right away? You've never seen a little film, a little TV show called CSI?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yes. Every week opens with a murder. That's what my book does. It grabs you. I had a hot dog vendor get killed.
That I'm in favor of.
His name was Southside Dan. But apparently what happens is a black man told him to calm down and put his hands on him, and he went into a fucking whirling dervish, killing as many people as he can. Dave, I want you to work on that, okay? Work on the temper. Work on your face constantly turning red, too. That's making me nervous.
That would be a good thing to control.
Yeah.
It's really hot. It's always hot in here.
I know. But are you at the point now where you don't like being on the show anymore?
No, I love it. I love getting the things. And
what
helping
things?
Out. The water and the...
You're not an intern. You're a fucking producer.
And the copies and the things. I gave you some info today. I felt on the ball.
You felt like you did a good job.
Today, I think so.
Yeah. What was your worst show you had with us?
That probably was yesterday.
What happened there?
I started with the yelling and this, and I picked the wrong Social Distortion song, and I'll take responsibility for that.
You were yelling today when I came in. You were yelling at Earl.
Okay, don't touch me. Just don't put...
That's what you were yelling.
Well, stop it already. Touching. Always touching.
B-side, you're the only one yelling.
I wouldn't yell if people didn't touch.
That's it for us, gang. Take it easy, everybody.
Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.